Thank you. Hi, and welcome to the non-muted question time. Thank you for joining us. Today we are talking about the wonderful red flags. Those red flags that we all get to experience, those ones that we've all had interactions with, those ones that we like. Let me just warn you about it now so you don't go through it. You can lead a fish to water, but you can't make them drink. But such is life, and that's what we're going to do today. Control C. I tell you, you think you have it all done, and you don't. Right. There we go. Let's show this one. How about that? Boom, bam, pow. Okay, so we're talking red flags. I hope for everyone that is watching, and y'all know I have too much time on my hands, so I took the time I had. Hope you have your green flag or your flag that says that's just life, or you have your red flag that says red flag, or whatever. You can just have the words that say red flag, or you can have whatever. Because we're going to ask, do you consider something a red flag, or do you consider it just, that's just a part of people? Like, that's just people. That's just life. So we shall get started. Are you ready, people? Be ready. I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
Oh, wait, why aren't you on here?
go.
There you go.
There I am.
Very small, though. Let's make it. There you go. Okay, that's bigger. Okay.
That's not
Good
bad.
morning. How are you?
You said good morning?
I did. Good morning.
Good morning.
Such a nice time of day.
I am well. I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Green flag gangsta. Okay, well, good for you. I mean, I'm glad you run into people that were all green flagging it.
No, I meant I'm a green flag. No red flags over here. That's actually what I mean by that.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have some red flags. When I was doing this, I was like, man, you're going to tell your red flagations.
Right. You can't be telling your flag
But I was like, whatever, it is what it is.
for the people's sake. You got to be transparent for the people, not translucent.
Said, what up, Pastor?
What's up? Who is that?
Red flag is ugly feet. What?
I hope you ain't talking about.
I know exactly who said that. I can guess who said that.
I need to get on Facebook so I can keep up with these comments on my tablet.
Right. If they what have I done? If they just comment on YouTube, it would be easier.
Right. Comment on YouTube, people. Don't make it difficult.
Oh, that was Darian. Okay.
That was who?
Darian McGee.
All right,
Darian. He apparently doesn't like red feet. I mean white feet. I mean not white.
What?
He doesn't like ugly feet. Oh my gosh. Good morning, everyone. Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day.
You want to tell everybody what you're really thinking about?
I don't even know what I'm thinking about. My goodness. I see is that a green shirt? Or that's a blue shirt.
That's a blue shirt.
Blue shirt.
I'm trying to get some light in here.
So, your lighting isn't that bad actually. For the first time.
I'm glistening. Beautiful, flawless.
I don't know if you're glistening, but if they're always looking at themselves in the camera. Red flag.
I see what you did.
Red flag. So, to my people that are joining live.
Oh, it's my favorite doctor.
Flag on the play. I cannot with y'all. Anyway, for the people that are joining live, make sure you have your little tool boop bop. Which one? You can put red flag on one. You can put just life on the other.
I didn't get those instructions.
I didn't. I missed those instructions. I'm sorry. And I'm in Tennessee in a cabin. So,
hey, Dr. Jackson, I want to live like you one day.
What's his name?
Oh, child, no. This is a group trip with my friends.
And their husbands.
And their husbands.
Oh, are you the single friend?
There's two of us here. There's one single male here, and there's one single. But the thing is, it's mostly for our kids.
Oh, okay.
The kids are here.
Oh,
okay.
We always do stuff together, though.
Right.
That's why I said that when it comes to us, it's different. We do stuff where we go to each other's houses.
Red flag.
How is that a red flag?
And if I pull up on Dr. Jackson and I met her at Walmart last week and I call this weekend, she's there and there's one single male and she's single, I'm gonna say, oh, so
The single male that is with me is 10 years younger than me.
Girl, what I mean?
so you're not a cougar, is what you're saying, Doctor.
I'm not. If anything,
Auntie say she ain't got time for nap now.
I so don't.
Red flag.
I like that. Flag on the play. Exactly what I was thinking. Flag on the play. Legit.
Auntie say she go to bed on time. She ain't staying up all night with nap.
I'm not. Listen, what you going out? You going out at 8, 9 o'clock on purpose?
Right.
Yeah. Right. It hit different. And it also depends on where you're going to. It also depends on where you're going.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
I'm stretching, ready to go home. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So last week we mentioned that you're going to have your red flags ready. So men have red flags that women should look out for when it comes to men. Ladies have red flags that men should look out when it comes to women. Did you know? So that means you did not.
I did not follow that,
assignment.
but I got this. The white flag of surrender.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Just checking, make sure I didn't say something I didn't mean to say. And I look crazy. Okay. So we can just go through some of these that I found. So I researched red flags. Oh, I also want you to think of 3 of your top red flags, like 3 red flags that you're like, oh no, watch yourself. People that are in the comment sections, you guys can go ahead and just comment your 3 if you want. But for those that are on the live, hold on to them. Think about it. Live with it for a little bit. So I looked into what's that boy's name? Kevin Samuels said our red flags. Andrew Tate said his red flags. Stephen Speaks said his red flags. I was gonna look into Derek Jackson, but he's just a red flag in and of himself. So that was
He's got a lot going on right
pointless. And so I just decided to bye sweetie pie.
Well, the thing about all of them is they all admit to having their days when they were red flags. That's why they're experts on red flags.
Well, they admit when they were. Derek Jackson, he
got caught. Yeah, he got caught recently.
Not only got caught, when you listen to her story.
Shit. Fuck.
Oh,
this I thought we were the children. Are you okay, Dr. Jackson?
Man down.
Oh my God.
I hate him. If her track's showing under her wig. Shut up. Stop it.
Red flag though.
What if her tracks showing under her wig?
Yeah.
Who got on tracks under a wig? Or is he talking about the tracks of the wig?
Are we not gonna worry that Dr. Jackson is not on the ground over there or something?
Oh. Mm-mm.
I hope everything is okay.
Okay, I'm gonna remove her until she pops back up, or I see an ambulance member run across the screen.
Oh, God forbid. But okay.
So let me ask this: do you subscribe to any of those people?
I will be honest. I was a Darren Jackson fan. I did follow him on social media because I wanted to watch his content. But even though he was considered someone who was giving away the secrets, he did come off as genuine to me in the beginning.
I never liked Derek Jackson.
Really?
No. He came off as
smug.
I know everything.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I am the man. I'm giving away secrets, but it's because I know. I'm like, ladies, listen. If you I like the way Stephen speaks.
I'm trying to see if I remember Stephen Speaks.
Full beard, dreads. It's like Stephen LeBenevoler.
That's not the one who has 2 wives, is it?
I only think he has 1.
Okay.
And that kind of gives me pause also when a dude does not have any any relationship. But he Tasha, if you don't pop on here, we talked about this on Sunday.
Okay. Tasha's on.
But if he like, I just think he's legit genuine in what he says, and he's not trying to come off as a know-it-all. He's just trying to come off as, I'm just gonna tell you, it's on you if you do what you're gonna do, but I've told you what I know, and there it is. Derek Jackson was I know, so this is what it is. Yeah. But anywho, so okay, let's start with Steven. No, let's start with, how do you feel about Kevin Samuels?
I am a Kevin Samuels fan. I think that Kevin Samuels was 90 on the money. I think that Kevin Samuel. Are you laughing at me?
Because I removed you and then I put you back on.
You're laughing at yourself.
It was just the talking.
Yeah, I think Kevin Samuels was on the money, man. He was a good dressing dude, nice looking guy.
He was nice looking. Okay.
I think people have a problem with Kevin Samuels because he battered women as opposed to a lot of content out there that's men battering. But I rock with Kevin Samuels. God rest his soul.
So because he decided to take the avenue of bashing women, that makes sense why men love him so much.
No. Don't diminish what I said to that. He was not loved just because he bashed women. I said, although he bashed women, I liked it. Kevin Samuels was pretty honest. And there is a few clips of him bashing men as well. But Kevin Samuels said things that were true.
Kevin Samuels, in every one of his, the few that I watched, I don't watch a lot of them because he got on my nerves. He never picked smart women. Oh, no offense to the women. But he never picked women that like held her own. I saw maybe one that held her own, maybe one. But then like the woman be like, oh, what he's like, so what are you on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you? The girl will be like, I'm an 8. And he do this. Hold on, I'm gonna show. Good. Mark me off your list. I don't know who this is, but mark me off your list. Okay.
Kevin Samuels, red flag.
Mark me off your list.
Right.
Anywho, so she'd be like, no, a 7. Like, y'all saw. No, I'm a strong 9.25.
Doctor, are you okay?
My phone died. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what that was.
Oh, he thought you fell out. He was like, wait for the ambulance. Just keep an eye and wait for the ambulance. I said, I'm not going to do that. That is mean. She is fine. He said, no, the ambulance. So, okay, let's start with Kevin Samuels then. Or how do you feel? Anybody, you guys know who Andrew Tate is?
Andrew Tate, yes, I know who that is.
Not very many people like this Andrew Tate fellow. I think like less people like him than they do
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. Is he what?
The skinny.
Because Kevin Samuels talks some sense. I don't know. Andrew Tate just seems more misogynistic.
Look at this lady. This lady agrees with me about Kevin Samuels.
He talks some sense. She ain't say he talk all sense. But my thing is, he says the same thing on all his shows. The same exact thing. Like he owns
Tate or Samuels.
Samuels. He's the same stats. The same.
Yeah.
Stats are probably from 1924.
Exactly.
He uses them.
Y'all want consistency until it's telling the truth about y'all.
Oh, say that again. What you mean?
Y'all want consistency until it's telling the truth about you all.
But those stats have significantly changed over the last 10 years.
Updated stats. Just give me updates. Like, don't give me the same stats from 2017, 2012. Update them. Be consistently updating. Anyway, let's go with Kevin Samuels. Let's see. If you think what he's saying is a red flag, or if that's just people. Okay?
Okay.
She wants to be courted.
I think that's true. And that's
a green flag.
Okay, you say it's a green. You say it's a
flag of people. Yes, that's not a red.
I'm gonna hold up my green flag. I'm gonna wave it, darn it. Well, your boy says it's a red flag. So
if she wants to be courted, it's a red flag.
Yeah,
I will. You know what? Flag. I just was getting ready to give some more clarity to that. I was gonna say, but there is a danger in that as well.
Okay.
Um,
It
because
depends on your definition of courting.
well, not only that, I think that sometimes women love the idea of someone chasing them in the beginning, and it causes them once they're in a long-term relationship to be lured away with someone who is courting them, and it's really not that you have a bad partner now. It's just that things change over time. But a lot of women are in love with being courted to the point where it makes them feel like they're missing something, and in reality, they're not.
It makes
Mm,
them feel like they're missing
what is your
something.
definition of courting?
What?
I need for you because everybody's definition of courting can change. For example, there's different levels of females. There's like the super hypergamous female who feels like a man should be spending an exorbitant amount of money, should be whining
Right.
and dining her,
Right.
taking her to all these extravagant places. While another woman, for example, a woman of my stature, just wants you to be able to spend quality time with me. And quality time does not necessarily mean you're spending a lot of money. It could just mean that you are being intentional about the time that you are setting aside for me.
Right. And
So
you're
it's
actually
different.
trying to get to know someone. Like
Exactly.
you're actively engaging in getting to the
Getting to
next
know.
level. Like
Exactly.
holding my hand. Like I think that stuff is courting. I don't think
Yeah.
going on multiple dates like this ridiculousness. Sure, she has 5 men courting her at once while he's courting 5 other women. So anywho, I think that's what courting is. What about you, green flag gangster? Oh, you don't know your name? Green flag gangster? Oh, who you yelling at? Oh,
I'm sorry.
you yelling? Go ahead.
So my definition of courting, I'll give you the clinical definition, even though I'm not a doctor. The clinical definition, courting is dating someone with the intent to marry, dating them. However, when I say she has a desire to be courted, what I mean is when you first start dating someone, you go out often, right? Things are happening. You call in to work if she's off on Wednesdays and she wants to do a movie, all that kind of stuff, right?
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
need one of
as you
those.
but as you date and you settle, sometimes those things become more infrequent, and when they become more infrequent, sometimes a woman will read that as you're not interested, or read that as maybe you're not consistent, or things
Yep.
like that. And a woman will she it's easier for her to be lured away by the desire to be courted again. So I can see how that can almost be a red flag.
But courting isn't the number of times we go out. It's the activity or the action or the behaviors within the times that we're going out. Again, like she said, if you're trying to take me out every day, do you not red flag? Do you not have a life, my guy? You trying to be with
Is
me
that a
every
thing for is that a thing?
dude? Do not look.
You
And
shouldn't
some
have that.
people
You should
say
not have that much time on your
you should
hands.
not like.
You
And
should.
look,
You should not have that much time on your
some
hands.
people cause they be like, "Oh, you're such a dude." Don't call like you can. Don't call me every day. Don't text me every morning. Please
Men,
don't.
I,
Red flag.
I don't. I don't mind you texting me every day.
Every
Like
morning. I mean, every
yeah.
morning.
I get a good morning text every morning.
Don't text me every morning. Shoot.
Brandy,
I'm I'm
Brandy.
okay with a good morning text every morning, but
Yeah,
I don't need to see you every day
that is
unless
true.
we are living together. So
Brandy,
I
you
don't mind you.
like,
What?
do you
You
know
know? Huh?
do you know that a lot of women expect and require even a good morning text?
No, I don't. And maybe I'm so, sorry, but text me and call me air day. Air day.
Who is that?
Uh, Probably Tasia. I knew it. We talk about
I don't
telepathy.
mind. I
Look,
don't mind a good morning text every day. I don't
I
mind
think
that. But do I need to
I think
see you every day? No, you have way too much time on your hands.
maybe I'm a little jaded because I get the hello beautiful. How are you beautiful? What's going on, beautiful? And I'm like, stop saying beautiful. I think that's what has hardened
because
my
a
heart.
lot of them might be sending it to multiple women at the same time.
Right. I want if you're gonna text me every day, and that's something. That's it right there. If you're gonna text me every day,
woman,
it needs to be specified. It needs to be specific to me. It needs to be specific. If you're going to,
you're on mute, Brandy.
You're on mute.
If you're gonna message me every morning, you need to make it
creative,
specific,
unique for me. Mm-hmm.
Feminine, whoever you are. Why is that masculine? Because I don't want you to. Who is this? I can tell you why I might not want you to text me every day. Anyway, why am I? You know what, Darian? Please come on here so you can tell these people why you think I'm difficult. Because,
Brandy, I'll be honest with you. That shocked me to hear you say that. Even with your explanation, a lot of women, for example, I was not a good morning text. I'm still not a good morning text. But I dated a girl a few years ago, and that is something that she said to me in the beginning, and sort of making me think, I did get away from it. I wonder if that was that our relationship declined. But she was adamant about the good. She wanted to wake up to a good morning, she wanted me to text her in the morning. I remember her because I remember it was the only time in my life someone's actually said that to me, and she said to me that she wanted it.
I don't mind you messaging me every day. I don't mind that, but I don't have to have a good morning text every morning.
Grand Rising Queen.
Oh my gosh. Who is so beautiful? What are you talking? Who is so beautiful? Anyway,
they're talking
if somebody texts me Grand Rising Queen,
they're blocked.
I'm blocking you.
Red flag.
They're blocking you. Block. That's that flag. That's like, you know what? It's not even. No, that's a Chuck you to deuces. Good morning, Grand Rising
Queen.
Even Queen kind of bothers me. Only because I feel like
Grand Rising Empress, maybe.
Anything with a grand. If it's like Grand Biscuits or Grandmother.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
Look, or I put a grand in your account. Don't send that to me. Don't send that. Don't.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, you can let me know you're thinking of me.
How does that? What does that sound like to you?
That you what in the morning?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I'll take a what's up. I don't want a good morning. Is that? I know that's weird. I know it. That's fine. I don't want a good morning. I'll be like, what's good? What's good with you? And don't add no beautiful. Don't add no. I mean,
I also
don't say beautiful every time you text me. That's annoying.
For all the fellas that are looking to jump in Brandy's inbox, if you're completely confused right now. I also heard this week from Little Bird that you are a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan.
Oh yes. Oh.
That you know the word. That you know the songs verbatim.
Come on. What?
That you know the words verbatim.
I know most of them. I sure do. Is it a problem to uplift a woman? Can't call. No, you're missing what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Can I elaborate? Yes. Can I elaborate? So when they send you something that's not unique to you, what we are going to assume is that you're courting multiple women and you're sending them the exact same message every day, especially when they're not unique to you.
So I got to say, I can't say.
I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but sometimes when you're sending that type of message, there might be an assumption, especially if we know what type of person you are. For example, if you're dating, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I gotta say,
yeah, it is an assumption. You're absolutely right.
Good morning, my beautiful brown-eyed, big bottom lip baby.
I would laugh. I'd be like, "What's up, my beautiful black?"
What's that chocolate?
Right, that's fun.
Chocolate deliciousness.
That's just me something fun.
Women call me handsome every day. I love it.
Your mama don't count.
Brandy is riding this person.
He riding me. He won't come on here and say that just out loud.
Your mama
I felt that.
click the
I
link,
felt
my
that in my
guy.
chest.
Right.
I felt that right here. I felt that right here.
Whoever that
Your
is, they
mama
gonna
and
get
your
off of
grandmama don't count.
whoever that is, they gonna get off of you, Brandon.
Oh,
Oh, what's going on? Okay.
You back. You back.
Oh, that's funny, man.
But anywho, you can. I want something, and you. I guess you have to cater to the personality of the person. And if you send in stuff that doesn't cater to the personality of the person, then you're definitely either red flag. You definitely being just. It's all about the short time, or somebody's screaming. It's all about the short term, or it's just you don't care about that person at all. I want something fun.
Do women? Let me
Something
ask you
cute.
this. This is helpful. Do
Ooh,
women use that same rule for date ideas, gift ideas, and things of that nature?
what do you mean?
That you want to feel that it is unique to you. Like if I buy you roses because girls like roses, is that a
I hate
turn off?
roses.
What?
I
If
don't
I'm
like roses.
if I'm trying to
you
be your
okay?
if I'm
But
trying to
listen.
be you mean
Hold
to
on,
tell
D.
me if I'm
Oh,
trying to be your man
Uh-huh.
and I showed up with roses and I text you the next morning, good morning, beautiful, I'm blocked.
No, 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 no,
no,
no.
so
What I'm
I
saying is, what I'm saying is, if you get me roses, I'm gonna be appreciative until you know me. Once you
that's
know
what I'm
that I
saying.
like calla lilies, once you know what that I'm a calla lily girl, and you still giving me roses, then there's a problem. Once you know
So
that
yeah,
I
I was
care
gonna
about
elaborate
good
on
morning
that.
beautiful stuff, and you still sending me good morning beautifuls, hey bye, because you care about
So
you don't care nothing about Brandy. Go ahead,
so
D.
to piggyback off of something Brandy said earlier, something I consider a red flag is when you have so much time on your hands.
That's the Caribbean in you though, because y'all expect y'all men to have 5 jobs.
10 teen jobs, okay? 10 teen. 10 teen jobs. They better have 10 teen jobs.
Right.
If you have that much time to come over and see what I'm doing and doing on this, and like, I'm going to assume that you don't have anything going on.
Can I add a well to that? That does not include texting back.
No, that doesn't include texting back. I'm talking about when you talk about you trying to pass by and drive by. Oh, I need to come see you.
During
Like
the
right
day,
now, like in the
right?
middle of the
Every
day,
day.
like that's. I'm gonna assume unless you're a millionaire. Now, if you're my Arab prince that I've been asking for, then you can come and visit me all you want because
Nope, you
I will be one of your 5 wives.
I hate you. Don't even that. It's like, hey,
Wow.
did you check on your money today, my guy? Like, did you make sure all of your money is there, my
So
guy?
a
I'm
ma-
like, go to the bank, check on your money. You know what I'm saying? And call me tomorrow.
so a man needs to be making room for you. He better not have room for you.
What? Wait, I
So
think that's
so
some way.
so a man has got to be making room for
You
you.
know what?
He
I would
better not
prefer
have
he
room
make
for you.
the room for me, yes, because that shows effort as opposed to having room for me, which shows he has nothing else going. Like my thing is, you should have friends that you hang out with. I have friends that I'm gonna hang out with. You're not hanging out with me and my friends all the time. So it's like, Darian, I really want you to come on here. Please come on here. Don't be scared. But that's what I would want. Do you want someone? Do you want someone to have the time, or do you want him to make the time for you?
As I said before, to be intentional about spending quality time about me. So I want him to make the time, make space for me. I don't want him to have so much space that I can just dip in whenever. Because then then I'm not the only one who can just dip in. Anyone can dip in at that point.
And
Wait a minute.
also,
Wait a
if you
minute.
have that much time for me, will I be able to fill that space?
Exactly.
And if I can't fill
Y'all are
that
sharing
space,
this.
are you going to feel like
It was
I'm not?
somebody else. And you're gonna just
Y'all are
fill that space with somebody else.
You all are scaring me and every man watching this live. You're
Why are we
saying
scaring you?
that Brandy is saying a good morning, beautiful text every morning is not appreciated and might get you blocked. And you're saying you making time for me, coming by to see me every day is a turnoff.
No, she said
I
make
did not say that.
day. She
I
said
did
make
not say that.
empty and open all the time. That's the not so. That's like that's a red flag.
I need to know that you have something going on for yourself. I need to know that because that's a red flag for me when you don't have anything going on for yourself. When I am your life. Where since you just started dating me, you have nothing else outside of me going on in life. Nothing else.
So you see a woman calling you every day and seeing you every day. There's no red flagation about that.
So I do think it's a red flag, but I think it's a red flag for a different reason. And I guess because I'm a guy, I think I don't like over communication. And like I said earlier about a woman desiring to be courted even after she settles in a relationship, because we know things settle out after a little while. I have a problem with over conversation after the settling period. Like when we're first getting to know each other, yeah, we're gonna be on the phone. We may sleep on the phone, talk all day, but there comes a time when it's too much. For example, if I talk to you the whole way to work, I talk to you on every break, I talk to you on your lunch break, and I talk to you your whole way home from work, we won't have anything to talk about. That aggravates me.
That also aggravates me.
Yeah,
Call me a dude all you want. That would aggravate the hell out of me. Because it means that you literally, as I said, that means you don't have nothing else going on.
yeah.
Like we can't be talking all the time. Like make me miss you a little bit. Just a
Just
little
a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know if you
It's
trying to.
one thing if we live together. It's one thing if we live together, we're together, and you come tell me how your day was, and I come and tell you how my day was, and so forth. That's a whole nother thing. Or if something stresses me out during the day and I want to talk to you about it, maybe I might give you a call. But talking to me all day, every day, all throughout the day,
And you know what? I'm gonna say if we do live together and we're talking throughout the day, that's fine.
that's too much. Is it?
I don't think that's too much for me because if we live together, then we have things that we're talking about in addition to. I feel like I understand why you're calling me, or there's a reason why you're calling me because you know we're gonna talk when we get home.
Right, but think about this though, Brand. If you live with somebody and it's not, hey, do you want me to pick up
Yes,
green
it's not urgent.
Well, no, if
or
we're not talking about nothing, like if we're just talking about like sit on the phone, no, that's not no.
yeah,
I don't do
small
That's what I'm
that.
talk? I'm
saying.
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about
Okay,
small
okay,
talk.
my bad. Then yes, I agree.
Yeah, we don't need to have small talk throughout the day. No. Like if I
Not
had a stressful day and I need to say something, I need to bring something up to you because maybe I have a moment and I just need you to calm me down or something like that. Or I need to ask you, I'm coming home and I need to pick up something right quick. No problem. But we don't need to talk all day throughout the day, every day, unless we
right.
run a business together and then that's something different.
So
Correct.
can he call you and say, can he call or she call you and say, hey, I was just calling to see how you doing?
As long as that's like a 2 minute conversation, sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be a 2 hour conversation.
I'm good, bye.
Right.
Okay. What if the person mentions money or financial hardship? I think Darian mentioned that earlier. So they're mentioning, let's say y'all 4 or 5 dates in, and she's like, oh gosh, this water bill is just ridiculous. Red
Mhm.
flag, no?
Yeah. Super
It
red.
depends on, well, that also depends on the context. That
Okay.
depends on the context because, like, for example, in Tampa, the water bills just raised a whole bunch ago. So if we're just having a conversation about finances, and I say, "Damn, the cost of water has extremely elevated. I just got this bill, and it's whatever." It depends on the context. But if I come out of nowhere and we're having dinner, and then I just come out of I just got this water bill, and I just can't handle it right now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, then that would be a red flag, especially if I don't even know you like that.
Okay, what if she or he mentions going on a trip? And we're gonna assume that the other person is paying. So he mentions a trip. I guess that should be a female question because a male question because I
I,
feel like females are like, heck no.
I want to say this: if a woman mentions a bill and we're in the get to know you stage, and mentioning she's struggling to pay, that is a red flag. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Uh, I was talking to a girl once, and literally the first day we were on the talk, the name, and said, uh, she said, "I'm going to the pawn shop so I can buy my kids something to eat tonight." I never talked to her on the phone again. She texts me. This like,
Wait,
man,
she what?
she's going to the pawn shop to pawn something so she can buy her kids some get something to eat. I'm thinking to myself, now, yeah, that was weird because you two broke to be dating. One, you got to focus on your priorities in the wrong place. Two, I think a man who hears that should feel obligated to help you feed your kids. But is that a commitment that somebody you've been talking to for an hour and a half on the phone should be making? So that is a red flag.
I don't know because a lot of these men want to play Captain Save-A-Ho.
Dr. Jackson, this is your
But you
language.
also have a lot of men that want to be the saved hoe.
And that exactly, there's another one. That's also that's what I'm saying. And I agree with you, Darian. Every situation is different.
I
Every person
agree.
is different. Everybody interprets things different. So yeah, it depends. It's a lot of these things are situational. Like we need to pick some red flags and green flags that are like kind of across the board. Because like some of these ones, like especially mentioning the bill, that can be situational.
I think all red flags are situational. Because her talking about her bill might not be an issue for a rich person. It's gonna be an issue for somebody that don't got money. Like,
But I think, and I hate to keep talking about my but I've dated or talked to girls who mention that they have responsibilities, but they also mention what they're going to do or what their plan is, and they're mentioning it to just vent. And I don't think
Mhm.
that is a red flag.
right.
Exactly.
I got a female friend recently, like, yeah, I got this coming up, but I got to do this, that, and the other. And it wasn't saying a lingering hope he comes in and saves me or this, that, and the other, but it was literally mentioning and getting it off because women like to discuss.
Does it though?
No, I don't think
If
so.
you discuss your bills in any way, if you discuss your bills in any way, you broke. Because
I no, I disagree.
people with
Because
real
like
money don't discuss bills.
no, because the just like D mentioned, the electricity, they went up on
Yeah.
the price of the freaking electricity. And maybe we going on a date when I just opened that freaking paper and it shows that they went from point 0.6 cents to 12 cents. And it's like that does not mean I'm broke because my bills are paid in advance. I try to pay my bills 6 months in advance. Thank you very
And
much.
my stuff is on auto pay. It don't mean that I can't pay my bills.
Right. It's still
I just
frustrating. Like,
it's just still a frustration.
I,
why I gotta be so much?
Apple got $2.99 out of my account today, and I forgot that. I talked
Say
uh,
again?
Apple
Apple Play.
with their $2.99 little subscription, and then
Hmm.
$5 for something else. I don't enough complaint, and I ain't broke, but
But that's what I'm saying. So you're talking about a bill and you're
You
complaining about
broke.
it,
you
but you're
broke.
not broke.
This broke, broke kid.
You broke. Let's
So
get it to Darian.
on the topic of finances, there's another thing. What if on the second date a woman asks you, "How much do you make a year?" To me, that's a red flag.
I think
Well,
if a
Ask about your salary. Ask about your salary.
the second date,
Second, even the fourth date.
it
Call it
ain't
the
never
fourth
your
date.
business what I make a year unless we talk about that.
To
If
me,
you
it's
ask,
always a red flag.
if you ask that 3 6 months in, a year in, if I don't know when finances need to be important in a relationship.
okay.
I do. I
I
do.
have my answer. I had to think
I
about
definitely do. When you start talking about combining things and combining your life together, finances become important.
it. I don't think the question should be how much you make a year.
It's or how much you
I
what you
think the
do.
question
How much?
is, I think the question is, are you financially stable?
That's
If you're
usually my
financially stable, are you stable enough to take care of a family? Like, are you only
correct.
one person financially stable, or are you two people financially stable? I think that would be my question.
Well, that would be my question. That would be any pertinent person's question. Any person who
Agreed.
thinks logically. However, there are some women who out there, and I've had men who, because I'm in the dating arena as well, who come and basically come out of their mouth and ask, "How much money you make?"
I don't
And
think that. Wow.
but
That's the
also,
man. That's the man that want. That's the hoe that want to be saved. That's the man hoe that want to be saved. Let me ask you
but
a question.
however, the people that they hear me that they are, because of course a lot of the women I hang out with are very financially stable. They are very financially independent. So when they ask, they just want to know that they're making more than them.
When the women ask, they want to know if the man is making more than
They
them.
want to know. They don't necessarily want to know the number. They just want to know the ballpark. They want to know if you are $40,000 or $120,000. They want to know what end of the spectrum you on.
And I think that's important for men because women, what? Because a crazy woman got money too. Okay, why she crazy? What happened? Why she crazy?
You
I
say
don't think.
Caucasian.
I mean, this is important to everybody. Emotional stability. That's important to everybody.
Well, what's his Darian?
I ain't,
Well, the thing
I ain't
is,
sleeping on the street
I,
with no. I ain't sleeping on those streets just because you got emotional stability.
that's what I'm saying. Emotions don't pay bills. So I need to know if you are financially stable. I need to know that you can at least take care of you, so that me, a person who's taking care of my two kids, don't need to take on another child.
I think let me see if I can help. I think that the only time what someone makes, it should be a conversation if they volunteer. But if your funds would be needed to take care of me, if we're dating, I'm old school, so I like to pay, but I am. Turner was finding, wasn't he though? I like to
Was
pay,
he though?
but I've learned.
I don't know. Tina was the one making the money,
I
from what I know.
don't
Right.
diminish songwriting ability now. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Nut bush.
I don't know,
Okay, go ahead.
but I think unless I'm asking you for money and
Unless I'm asking you from. Okay, okay, we'll come back to that. Whatever you were saying.
uh-uh.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, you came out.
Yeah, unless that, yeah, somebody called me harassing me.
Mm.
Unless I'm asking you for money and things of that nature. If we're not life planning, my income is not your business and neither is yours mine. I
So,
think
like, there. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's what
I
I was
think if
saying. That when we're talking about combining our lives and actually planning for the future, then yes, not then now your income might matter.
yeah, let me tell
Now,
you this,
not the
sweetheart. Hey,
exact number.
sweetheart, let me tell you this. You're not gonna know I have a 220 credit score and I only make 20 grand until we're married and we're trying to finance this house and they laugh us out of the office.
That's why I'm like, nah.
No, because a lot of
Never
times,
really on.
no, because you can tell. A lot of times, you don't even have to ask.
I
They
agree.
can. A lot of times, you don't even have to ask because of the fact that you can see how the person is living. You can kind of see what their lifestyle entails to see if they can pay, because if they're staying in this townhouse, that the rent on that townhouse, unless somebody else is paying it, the rent on the townhouse, you see the type of car they drive, unless it was given to them as a gift, and you'll find that stuff out along the way. So you'll be able to see if that person is at least financially stable enough to take care of themselves most of the time.
His mama might be paying those bills.
But that's what I said. But you a lot of times you'll be able to find that out along the way. You'll be able to find out along the way.
I don't know what that means, but he wants to read you.
Red flag.
Red flag. Okay. Red flag. This just life if they've cheated before. Y'all gotta think about that.
I don't know about Dr. Jackson. My hesitation is I've cheated before, so if I say that's a red flag, I would be making myself a red flag.
I think it's a red
And
flag. However, I don't think it's
I
a
don't know.
red flag because I do believe people can
I
change.
think it's a yellow. I think it's a yellow flag.
It's pink.
I think it's a. Ooh, caution.
That thing pink.
But I would not call it a red flag because. mm,
Because people change, and I don't think once a cheater
The
always.
guy used today says people don't change; they just change their behavior.
That's fine. That's what you need to do.
But yes. So a lot of men, they've cheated at some point in their life. I'm not gonna say all, but especially since it's socially constructed and socially
Women too.
pushed. And no, I'm not saying that women don't cheat. I'm sure.
Of course they cheat. They cheat more than men. They just don't get caught.
Exactly. So anyway, but I don't consider that a red flag.
Dr. Jackson, you're very, and I don't know if this is your raising or your Caribbean culture. You come off as very, there's a difference. You know, some girls are so pick me, like they just take whatever. You don't come off like that, but you come off very understanding of the social constructs of a man and willing to be like, a lot of men cheat. You're gonna find one that cheated. Just make sure that he doesn't cheat on you. Is that what you're saying?
You can't make sure anybody cheats on you. Remember, me and you had this discussion before. If people want to go out and do what they're gonna do, you can't stop them from doing that. People are gonna do what they want to do. Right. Just like me, I can very well just as much go out and cheat on somebody. Yeah. It's kind of, at the end of the day, it's a risk that you're willing to take for whatever relationship you're going to be in. The person just has to show you that they value you enough not to do that. But at the end of the day, people are still going to do that. Now, the choice is in your hands as far as what you're going to tolerate.
Right. So he's thinking, oh, is it up there? Did you find it? No? You looked up, so I figured it was something. Okay. So
go ahead.
I'm thinking someone who's never cheated is a red flag.
Why?
My mom's never cheated.
I've never cheated. Maybe I'm a red flag. To me, if I feel the need to, see me.
Hold on. Before you say that, how is that a red flag?
I think that if people with, and this is gonna sound weird, but just follow me for a little bit. I think I can bring it out. If someone has not experienced a very common human experience, I consider that a red flag because I see that as a lack of experience and maturity.
Or someone has enough integrity that if they feel the need to do that, they leave the relationship. Because if I feel the need to step out of the relationship, I feel that this relationship is lacking. And the fact that that person I'm with, I've spoken to about the situation multiple times and they have not changed that behavior. Because usually by the time most women, I'm not going to say all, by the time most women cheat, they have now given up.
Dr. Jackson, where are you in Tennessee?
Pigeon Forge.
Oh, okay. Because Nutbush is about 30 miles northeast of Memphis. And if you keep talking to me like that, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Do I need to leave and come back?
No.
Okay, just checking. Okay.
So
we just.
Yes, that's what I said. Why cheat? That's exactly what I'm saying. I have never cheated because, as I said, I have enough integrity to say, hey, I have enough integrity to say, hey, I'm not happy in this situation. Maybe we should part our ways.
Or you have enough reality and the value in yourself, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and just be in something that's going to make me miserable.
Right.
Yeah.
So he over there pondering. Women who are active on social media a lot. So this is for the guys. Women who are super active on social media. Is that a red flag?
Red flag.
Why?
I disagree. The reason because
hold on. Deep.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
What?
Brandy's active on social media. Go ahead, red flag. He calling you a red flag, Brandy.
Right. Well, listen, the reason is because women who are active on social media are very much um, the target of somebody, because that's where social media slut bucket men hang out at. And the more you are accosted, the greater the opportunity for you to fall victim to their advantage. If you always
So
got to be liked, if you always got to be posted, you always
That's the
got to be
problem.
half naked, you always got to be this, that, and the other. You always you like attention, and attention whores fall.
I think it depends also on the reason that they're on social media because nowadays that's how people run their businesses.
Well, yeah. I mean, with the business side aside, he's talking about showing your body and doing all that extra
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. Or
Like if
like
you're
doing podcasts,
posting
or
something,
if you're an influencer. What about the influencers? That's a business now. So, that's
right? But
influencing.
I think somebody. I agree with. I'm sure that's Tasia. I know that. I agree. If a dude is consistently on social media, no, pause. If he is always on social media and I am nowhere
Thirst
to be
strapping.
found, and I
Oh,
am nowhere
yeah.
to be found on his social medias,
Red
that's a
flag.
red flag.
Red flag.
Right.
That
Or
is a
if a
red
male,
flag.
yep. Or it should be a red flag vice versa as well.
Right. If you always
If a
on
woman
social
is
media,
active
you
on
ain't
social
If
nowhere.
you
media and she,
guys are if you guys are dating,
well, that's what we're talking about, right?
Right.
I thought that was the context of this conversation
I,
is
I,
if we're dating, courting, and so forth, or in a committed relationship, and always active on social media. I
You know
mean,
what? I see what you're saying, Jay. I see what you're saying. If I was looking at a dude and he posts twice, three times a day on social media, yeah, that's a red flag. I'd be like, dude, you doing you why are you so busy?
right,
What are
right,
you not doing to put your stuff on social media?
right. Because I think for me, if a guy's on social media or a girl's on social media, and the three main reasons people post on social media. One is to come off sexy. One is to come off woke or intellectual. And the
Right?
other is to come off funny, right? The
Hmm.
problem though with funny guys or intellectual guys or guys who are thirsty, women give them attention, right? I think a guy getting more attention on social media can lead to him cheating quicker than it would a woman. Because women are so used to people hollering at them, whether they're pregnant, whether they're women, I think, have a certain level of okay,
filter.
whatever. They even if
Yeah.
you try to get my number, they're laughing for, oh no, I got a man, yada yada yada. They walk out the grocery store, no pressure to give numbers. Guys can't handle that kind of attention. If the too many women jump in our inbox, we in trouble. I'm telling the secrets. We in trouble because guys are just not used to straightforward shot shooting like that. So I can see a woman saying if he's always on social media, he's posting 3-4 times a day. Folks are reacting with him, comment. I can see that being a red flag for a woman more so than a man.
What's up, Pastor?
Whatever. Anyway,
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening, man? It took me a while to get on here, but I made it. Hi, Brandy.
You made it.
hi.
Hi, Dr. Baby Voice.
And I Dr.
I
Baby
like
Boy
him.
Jackson. And I will say this. If a dude is always on social media showing his body, saying, I don't care if you saying that you a trainer or whatever, I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. Because you thirst trapping like females,
Thirst trapping.
you'll be quick to say something about them, but you'll exclude them.
Sweatpants season.
I'm good. I say I'm a fan of
Brandy, you better stop.
You got to pick and choose your battles, man.
I'm a fan of I'm saying you can wear sweatpants and a tank top. I ain't saying you
Hoochie
gotta
Daddy
have
shorts.
huh?
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
I like hoochie daddy shorts if your thigh's nice.
So it's stipulations on it.
It's not a
Right.
stipulation. You can be if you posting every day, if you have 2 posts a day, 3 posts of you in hoochie daddy shorts or you in sweatpants, that's a problem. That's a red flag.
So
I'm
let me
saying I just like sweatpants and hoochie daddy shorts.
so let me ask you then, what if this man is branding? What if he's a brand? What if he is the business? What if his body, his appearance is his business?
His penis is his business. Red flag.
His
What you
body.
doing?
No, his body. Like, what if he's an actor? What if he does things
Like,
that draws money from his appearance?
and it's the same thing with women because what if they have an aesthetics business where they're doing like body contouring, all that different stuff. So a lot of times they will post their bodies.
That's right. They have a
So
brand.
is
That's
there going to be a double standard?
They're
No,
branding.
I feel like, of course, there's a difference there.
Oh,
I'm
really? They
talking about the
branding.
dudes, like I said, I'm talking about the dudes that just be on there, just walking down the street, talk about some,
So
and then
a
walk
guy
on.
can't
No,
a
go
guy can't
somewhere.
have self-appreciating posts.
So
Say again?
what if he meet you and then just
Hold
change
on,
his
hold on.
life?
What'd you say, Jay?
So a guy can't have a self-appreciating physical post.
Not 2
Yeah.
or 3 a day. Go ahead, Darian.
So what if he meet you and change his life? What if he's single and he just doing him, but he meets you and he just loves everything about you and he say, you know what? I ain't gotta do all this, man. I'm good out
Well,
here.
you already said I'm gonna be alone when I get older, so that ain't gonna happen. Ain't worry about that. Ain't got no answer for that because I'm gonna be lonely.
Listen, that's my opinion. They got nothing to do with the next man out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Remember that you said that though.
Why you so mean?
What if he ain't? What if he or she doesn't have a car?
I got a question, Brandon, for you. Should me and Dr. Jackson leave?
No.
Dang.
Nice, funny. What if that person does not have a vehicle? What if they don't have a car?
What if they got money?
Do we live in Florida?
Yeah, it don't matter. Wherever you want to live, they can live in New York. Probably here. Well, New York.
No, if they live in New York, you don't need a car.
Right.
If you live in Florida, there's no way that you can be without a car unless you live where there's great public transportation.
You passionate about that? There's no way.
Absolutely
And I want to add
not.
to that. If she has a car and it don't have AC, not only is that a red flag, you might as well call it a black flag because it's dead. Ain't no.
All right. I got a scenario for y'all. Everything y'all saying right now, right? My car acting crazy right now, and I live in the hood. Every time I go to the dumpster, I see dirty mattresses. However, I just got my credit up to 670. It used to be a 450 5 months ago. I'm about to buy a house. I'm good with 275, 300K loan right now. And I can't buy a new car until I close on my house. So right now, for the next 2 or 3 months, I'm stuck.
But you have, but see me, but you have a car.
I don't have it though right now. And
But you have a car.
Women tell me, you trying to get it. I need a nigga that already got it. I mean,
no, you said you have a car. You have a car. I don't care if the car is brand new. I don't care if it's older. You have a car. You have a vehicle. Even if it don't have it, listen, things happen in people's lives.
What if it's a borrowed vehicle?
You need to have transportation.
Well, they're in the process of getting. They're in the process.
Okay. Put it like this: if you're taking me out on a date, I shouldn't be picking you up.
And if you are telling someone, okay, so look, my car is on it's a little older. However, I'm not buying a car right now because I'm in the process of purchasing the house, and I don't want that tag on my credit for the loan. There
you go.
Like, oh shoot!
There you go.
Your priorities are in order.
Exactly. But you, as long as you explain that,
no day, you better Uber.
Exactly. You better figure it out. You better figure it out.
I got these tickets to the Silk concert on January 18th.
All right, where we Ubering? You gonna have the Uber pick me up?
I'm so jealous.
Listen, all I'm saying is, don't you think that you might actually miss out on something really good because you're just so strict? I mean, can the rules not be bended a little bit?
Who's being strict? But as I said to you, you have a car. You live in Florida. You live in Florida. Having a car is a necessity here. Public transportation is not great in Tampa. It's not. So in order for you to get to point A to B, and then for you to take me out on dates or whatever the case is to court me, you need a car.
I'm gonna actually amend what I
said. So
people
who don't have cars can't be in love and date.
I'm gonna amend what I said.
There's some people who are too broke to date.
Go ahead. Access to Uber and Lyft, okay, that's transportation. However, I'm not picking you up for the first, second, third, or fourth date. I'm not. Unless I've known you. Like if I know you, and I guess that's the difference. If I've known you, if I know you,
Right. Okay.
I'm like, okay, I'm coming. But I
Right.
gotta know
Right.
that you that you on your grind and that you don't have a car for a particular reason.
And
Work in
to
the shop.
go to piggyback off of this conversation, because of course I just said it, there are some people who are actually too broke to date
Boom.
because your priorities are all messed up at this time. Your priorities are all messed up. There are.
Okay.
I said I might be too broke to date. I have a car. I just don't.
That's now, you know what, that is true now. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're because your priorities are all messed up. If you don't have, your, don't get me wrong, like it's one thing if you don't have your ducks in a row because you're 21, right? If you're 21, if you're 20, like if you're under 25 and you don't have all your ducks in a row, that's understandable. You're under 25. But if you are 41 and trying to date when you're broke, your priorities is all messed up.
They
Well,
might be
I'm
too.
just
They
saying,
might
all
be
my
too broke
ducks
to
not in
date
a
you,
row.
doctor.
All my ducks ain't in a row, but I got all the ducks
Right.
there. They're just not in a
Right.
row.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm
I'm
too.
saying you have the
They
ducks there.
broke to
But it
date
might.
Dr. Jackson, but Teacher Jackson is she coming to pick me up in our little Toyota Camry and we hanging out.
Teacher Jackson.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dr. Jackson
Stupid.
I can't afford, but work at the restaurant Jackson, waitress Jackson. I'm the best thing in her life.
Exactly.
Well, y'all go get Waitress Jackson.
Because listen,
Okay, what about this?
Rachel
What about
Jackson,
this?
she about to graduate from school in a few months. So I see great potential in her, and she's grinding. She ain't got it right
Well,
now, but she's working for it. And I'm gonna work with her. I'm gonna
you
get her
you work
toes
with
done
her.
every 2 weeks. We good, waitress. I got you.
You
I'm
work
gonna
with
rip
her.
out the plastic because she acted brand new.
Do you feel me?
Hello.
You feel me?
Anyway, what about okay? So we've established that too much time is whoa.
A deal
What about if
breaker.
they're too busy? What if they're a very busy person? Is that a red flag?
If you can't
No,
have, if you
it's
can't
not.
spend it, well, if you can't pull any in. Okay, if I'm going 3 weeks to 4 weeks without seeing you, if I'm only seeing you once a month and you live locally, there's a problem with that. It's one thing if you are long distance. I
If
don't
you're
really
only
do. I don't. If I don't really do long distance relationships. So I don't do long distance relationships. It's one thing if you're in the military and I'm dating you, then that's different. But I don't do long distance relationships. So if I'm only seeing you once a month and you live 10 minutes down the street from me, there's a problem with that.
Well, see,
let
doctor,
me say,
that's difficult.
can I
My
can I
bad,
Huh?
tell
doctor.
you this? As a man, if somebody lives 30 minutes down the street from you, an hour down the street from you, and you're only seeing him once a month, he's married.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even that though. But what if you trying to see her and she's like, I don't want to talk to you every day. I don't want to see you every day. So why
Oh
would you
wait,
give
wait,
her?
oh wait. Dr. Jackson did say that. Oh, you
Yeah.
did say earlier, Dr.
Jeez.
Jackson.
It's difficult. This tough out here with Dr. Jackson, boy. Woo.
Is it? Is it really?
It
Because
is.
I like the good morning text, and I said I don't need to see you every day. It don't mean I want to see you once a month. That's because I also said prior to that that you need to make time to spend intentional time to spend
That was
quality time
said.
with me.
That was said. Sure was.
So so you can't say I didn't say that. I said that prior. And that you need to be intentional about spending quality time with me.
Facts.
That quality time cannot be once a month.
And it can't be last minute.
And it can't be last minute because you're not being intentional about spending quality time with me. That's me.
I can respect that. But so is there such thing as meeting a person halfway? This person expresses
Yeah.
themselves differently than you. So you see the effort there. I mean, dang, are you gonna be that way to them in the beginning? The first time
when
person
you
meet
say the
you.
effort.
Thank you. What effort? What's the effort?
So if a person
Show
meets
me the
you,
effort.
a person meets you, and they want to see you like every day in the first week or two. Okay, yeah, that's some red flag stuff. But we didn't establish the time frame during the relationship or how long y'all been talking that a person decides they want to see you like more than 5 times a week. Is seeing you pulling up on you physically, or is it a FaceTime? Is it a video chat for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? How was your day today? I just want to see you smile. I mean,
And as I said, no, well, listen, FaceTime to me is not, that's like a phone call to me. A FaceTime and a phone call to me are equivalent.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm talking about you coming and spend like that to me, FaceTime and phone call, same level. So I'm okay with the phone call every day. I'm okay with the FaceTime. I'm okay with that. But I'm talking about physically coming, like in the middle of your workday,
like
every day, and like you just too free. Like you don't have anything else going on.
So at what time during the relationship does this standard change where you would be open to seeing the person every day? Is it after engagement?
When we live together.
Relationship.
When we live together.
So
I think that depends on the relationship.
Marriage, engagement.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends. It depends on the relationship.
It depends. Yeah, it depends
on the connection that y'all have with one another.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to. Because like the way you put it, is like this the bar. I said it ain't no.
No, we're talking about like early on.
But we also said it's situational. We also said it like a lot of these questions, a lot of these answers are very situational. Because it's one thing. For example, if you're dating somebody but you work with that person, chances are you gonna see each other every day.
What? Okay, so what if they like call you buddy or friend?
Hey, I'm sorry. What?
You gotta be friends before anything else.
I said, what if they call you buddy or friend? Hey, friend.
Okay, then no problem.
From the beginning, at what stage is this happening?
No, if you call me friend, that's where I'm gonna leave you right there in that zone.
At what stage is this happening? Though, if I just met you, then you my friend for right now.
If you introduce me to other people as your friend and you're somebody you're trying to court me and you're trying to date me, so I'm gonna leave you right there as a friend.
What I'm gonna call you? This is my future wife.
No,
what you say is this is Danielle.
Girl,
this is Danielle.
Brandy, this is who I'm hanging out with. You know, trying to get to know each other. You know, and I don't know what it's gonna be, but right now, you know, we just read it. That's what it would be. Man.
You don't even need to go in all them details. Hi, this is Danielle. You know, Like. You don't need to call her my friend.
I call people friend. I'd be like, hey, friend. Yeah, my friend.
This is my friend. Danielle. This is my friend Brandy.
Hey, friend. And no problem. When you introduce me like that, say it again.
You have now put yourself in the friend zone.
Say it again. I'm gonna tell you how I respond. Go.
If I just met you,
no, say it again. Say it again. Say it again. I'm gonna tell you how much fine.
All right, this is my friend Brandy, and I adore her.
Friend. All right, friend. Cool.
For right now, I'm your best friend.
Yeah, friend.
And then when I become your man, I'm gonna treat you better than any man you ever been with.
Okay,
because
friend. Cool, friend.
I care about you. I care about you.
I care about you
friends
too, friend.
First.
I'm loving the petty here. I love it.
You too, friend.
You see what I'm saying? So difficult. Why are you so hard?
That's not why gotta be difficult. It ain't nobody else difficult. Exactly. Anyway, what if somebody says, let's go with the flow? Do you think that's a red flag?
No.
Let's just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So what is this? Let's just go with the flow.
I match energy. So if you talking about let's go with the flow, I'm gonna match your energy.
So
I'm gonna match your energy.
If somebody says that,
so I'm gonna continue dating other people until we're not going with the flow no more.
Well, if somebody said let's go with the flow, then I can see the red. I can see how it could be a red flag, and I can see how it would be a green flag. Now, for me to play devil's advocate, since y'all saying red flag,
I didn't say red flag. I didn't say red flag.
So, who's controlling the are you just gonna see how things go, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what you want.
Let me ask you this question to answer your question: Who controls who are the gatekeepers to commitment and relationship?
Well, it sounds like it's the ladies based on all these stipulations.
No. Men are the gatekeepers. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. Men are the gatekeepers to commitment and relationship. So technically, the man who's especially a masculine man who's a leader should be leading the flow of the relationship.
If you allow him to, I agree.
Well,
you allow him to.
Yes, because
I shouldn't have to allow him to.
You can't say this. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. I mean, dang, that's kind of.
I don't tell them. Listen, I don't tell anybody anything. You can tell what I want based on how I move.
That's like
walking through. Pay attention. Dudes don't pay attention like that.
Dudes, you say dudes don't pay attention? No problem. You send me the what you say, if Grand Rising Empress, and I don't respond to you, you'll get it.
When you send that a couple times, you'll know.
you'll get it.
That's terrible. So if a person really, but if a man look at you like that, like in his mind, that's what he feels. Like this is a queen. This is a beautiful
As
queen.
I said, it
That's
depends on
You
our
can see me
conversations.
like that. That's fine. You can see me like that because I am a queen. However, I don't need to hear you call me that. Just treat me like one.
if you allow him to, I guess he would.
Why you gotta add if you allow him to? It's always if you allow the other person to do such a thing. That's always going to be the case.
This is very true.
So we just gonna
I want
caveat everything you say with if you allow him to. You don't need to say it again. It's just buttoned up with.
But you got
if
to, but you
allow
got
him
to.
to.
That's important. For instance, you may say, "Hey, look, we like each other. I'm interested," and you set up a date, and then the day of the date or the day before the date, that person go ghost and forget all about it. Oh, I forgot about it. Like what in the world?
And that's not even a red flag. That's I'm just not into you. But
like one of the
I feel like somebody saying, let's go with the flow. You have no intentions. Like your intentions are just to, like, you have no reason for trying to hang out with me. You have no reason for spending time with me. You
I
have
like
no
that.
destination in mind.
anyone who, and I'm gonna be honest with that as well. Anyone who has just basically said that, oh, let's go with the flow, they didn't go with any flow with me. Then flow further with me
Nah,
is
I'm
when
with
they
you. I
started
never
making
said that.
themselves intentional. It's like when they started making themselves intentional is when I started matching their energy. So you want to go with the flow? No problem. You my homie.
Friend.
One
I like that.
a major red flag that I like to mention is seeing how you treat other people when you're dating. For
Oh my
example,
gosh.
that the major red flag is if I go on a date with you and you're rude to the waitress, or like you could tell, like, cause
Oh,
everybody, for example, you go, cause I have friends who are like this too, and I God forgive me. I just want to slap the shit out of them sometimes when they are so, like, for example, you can tell sometimes a cashier might be having a bad day or something like that because you don't know what that person is going through. And then, yes, they might have a little bit of an attitude, but for you to go and basically go above and beyond, oh, if you don't want to be here, then just go home, da, 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 like all of that. Or
or
be,
I'm sorry, go
mhm,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Or to
Or if you're
add
in a
to that,
restaurant.
you get
Hmm.
somebody who gives you a good service and you tip them so poorly.
Oh, that one too. Cheap.
I am one of those people. I do look to see what you tipped. I won't even lie. And if it's good service, and you if it's a good service, I'm looking to see what you tip. If you tip badly on good service, or if you find something to complain about, even though they were good, yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay,
And
So
just
if
to cut
so,
to bounce
Brandy,
off of that,
question.
if somebody's just very negative about everything,
yeah,
I got a
oh
that's
question then,
very
Brandy.
red
For your
flaggish.
that tipping situation.
yes,
So
King McGee,
if the man is paying for the meal and you watching the tip, and if that serious, why you just want to throw something on the tip?
I will.
There you go. That kills that situation
But
so
my tip
fast.
and your tip, I am. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm supplementing your tip. Your lack, I'm supplementing. Um, and the how you tip is what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on the ultimate tip. I'm looking at how you tip based on the service. I do feel tips should be based on service. So if they did a bad job and you tip $20, I'm like, oh, you lose with you. Okay, okay, okay. You don't care how people treat you.
So
But
would that like turn you off if he don't tip is good, or if he not great at tipping? Would that like make you kind of like standoffish?
if he doesn't tip well on good service, is that what you're asking?
Right. That's a
Yeah, I'm gonna look
you
at him
gonna
sideways. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm done. Bye. But I will look at him sideways. And I mean, when I say good, I mean 15%. I guess 18% is now the new medium. And having traveled, it's annoying that we have to pay our servers to do their job for another company because overseas you don't pay tip anyway. But I do feel like 15%, 18%, yeah, you should be tipping that. If you have, let's say, $100 bill and you give them $5, and that's if you had a lot of food, but they've been to your table, regularly,
Multiple times.
right? Not if
Hmm.
you got like friggin' caviar and that costs $100. They've been there once, but yeah, I'm looking.
See, my thing is that is it a perfect person? No, it's not.
No.
Nobody's not perfect. That's like me dating a woman, and I like a woman with nice nails, nice hands and feet. But I see her toes ain't done to my liking. But I see they look soft. So after a while, I'll just start paying for them. Like I want, she ain't even got to ask me. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but the thing about it is that
It's different.
those
You know what I'm
kind,
saying?
but those little things that we're mentioning tell us a lot about your character.
Exactly.
I'm just
That's just
saying
like
though.
so.
It
Okay,
tells us about your character.
so you
Go
meet
ahead.
somebody, and chick got plaque all up and through here, all up and through here. She got some black stuff all up and through here. You're gonna be like, you know what, girl?
I'm gonna go get your teeth done,
Let me get
girl.
your teeth done. Are you gonna be like, wow,
Let me buy
this is
you a
more
whole
about her
mouth.
oral hygiene?
That's different.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's
You
very
just
different.
said if her toes are not done to your liking,
I said
and you
done.
go
That's
ahead.
painted, but they still look soft. They still clean. The heels not crusty. They just not decorated.
What if her heels are crusty because of the fact that she's been working so hard, and then she might her heels are just crusty because of the fact that she haven't gotten a pedicure in a while because she's been COVID. We couldn't go nowhere.
It's
COVID, we
called
couldn't go get our
lotion
feet
and
done.
moisturizing.
Every woman I know, like Brandy just said, take care of that at home. I don't know nobody who let that happen. Like that's a red
Well,
flag.
I was working as a travel nurse, and I was working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts a week, and I did that for several months. Did I have time to go get my feet done? I did not.
So you
No,
can
but
put a
you had
Yeah,
lotion
time.
on
You
after you
had
got the
time to throw
shower.
I
some
can.
Vaseline on them joints, though.
Some lotion,
Listen, I'm not
Vaseline.
saying that my heels look
Go
cracked and
ahead,
crusty.
No,
Brandy.
right,
I'm,
right. But you
I'm
like,
not saying that that's what happened, but I'm just saying that, and people might be in a situation where they might not have the time to
but
go get their feet done and taken
that's
care
just
of.
like saying somebody didn't have time to floss in between a meal. Like it's too convenient.
You
Like
know,
just get you some floss pickers from the store in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And while you driving, just like you take that shoe off and that stop while you driving, throw some Vaseline or some lotion on them joints, and
right.
then keep it moving.
Keep it
Some
moving.
things is just not okay. You
Keep it-
shouldn't be walking around with
I
cracked
listen. I get
teeth.
it. I absolutely get it.
If the teeth messed up, I'm good on that because that let me breath. Yeah, I don't want you licking on me. I might still smell your spit on my skin. Like, nah, I'm
Right,
good.
but that shows your character. It shows what you hold important.
Hygiene.
Exactly. It shows your value.
Like,
No, it shows what you value.
and teeth and feet are different. Teeth and feet are very different.
Still hygiene.
Because your teeth can jack up your whole health.
Appearance, absolutely.
It
Appearance
can,
and your physical health.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Crusty feet, not so much.
As a woman and as a man, right? So what are some things about a man you say is a red flag? So we've been talking about the actions, but what about like physical? Like his shoes, his
No,
clothes,
your
talk about
personal
cars.
hygiene. My thing about you is your hygiene.
Those are red flags. That's where the red flags are going to come in.
Hygiene. Hygiene.
You know, I
That's
get a day. Maybe you forgot to put on deodorant. Maybe you missed a day you didn't put on deodorant. I ain't gonna lie, I've done it before. But I'm quick to be like, let me get this alcohol wipe and I'm gonna go to the store. I got like 18 million things to do.
Or he might have just come from the gym. That's different, but that's not hygiene. But you can see from their appearance that they keep themselves up. Otherwise,
you can tell.
That's gonna be.
You can tell. You can tell when somebody has. You can tell when somebody has hygiene.
But here's another red flag. That's not hygiene related. Another red flag is if he's always talking about his physical appearance and he's always doing this. Like, why are you touching yourself so much? Like why are you loving yourself that much?
I've been working out. I feel
you care more about you than you do anything else. That's a red flag. I'm worried.
I want to look good for you.
You look good. You ain't got to rub it. I see it. I saw it when I saw you.
You see me working out,
stop.
man?
Please stop. If you don't come back, I'm like, where'd you go?
I've been getting it in for you. You know what I'm saying?
What about if they're always the innocent one in the relationship, like in their past relationships, like they've done no wrong, it's always the other person that messed up.
Oh yes, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
When they cannot take any accountability for anything that happened in their previous relationships.
Breathe. Okay. Now, because you was real ready for that question.
I was real ready for that one. Real ready.
Red flag.
Red flag. Flag on the play. Flag.
Hey, where the pastor went, man?
He said he coming back.
Okay.
So
yes,
I think that is too. if somebody asks me about my past relationships, I'm definitely like it may have been mostly on that person, but I've definitely had my part in where maybe I gave them the cold shoulder or I did this or I did that, right? But people that we see the dog, people that want attention using their pets. So, so I think that is
Oh,
definitely
that's amazing.
if
I'll
you can
tell
do
you,
no
man,
wrong, then that's gonna be, and there's a common denominator in all of your relationships of you doing no wrong. You might be the problem, sir or ma'am.
I agree. That's a fact. You know
Oh,
what? That was part
okay.
of my healing process to actually be able to go back in time and look at all my relationships and see my flaws and like what could I have done different or better instead of pointing the finger at the other person. And once I did that, that changed me and it made me realize things I needed to work on. It made me a better person.
I don't think I did too much wrong in my past relationships. I only had 3, but no,
Red flag.
no. I didn't say I didn't do anything wrong, but I don't feel like, yeah, I don't think any of my relationships were broken up because of me. Because
Primarily.
primarily because
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I ain't doing anyway. Moving on. What if they want to meet your family? Like after maybe a couple of dates, they're like, you know what? Can I where your sisters at? Or can I meet your brother? And whatever. How do you feel about
I
that?
don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
I do,
I
because
do.
I'm gonna invite you. Don't ask me.
It's not even
You're
that.
right. Mm.
It's not that too. But my thing is, I don't bring everybody around.
I
Exactly.
don't bring everybody around my family.
It has to be
Like
Exactly.
some kind of
my
Exactly.
special.
mother's only met a couple. My mother's only met my son's father.
What if that person a killer or a future killer or some crazy stuff? You
A
don't want
future
them
killer,
knowing
you
where
ain't
your
gonna know that no
everybody, your
way.
people at, your family at, huh?
I said, if they're a future killer, you ain't gonna know that no way.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta be careful who you bringing around your loved
It
ones and
don't.
your
It don't.
people,
No, you can be
your
married to somebody for
children.
10 years. You can be married to somebody for 10 years, and that person come and kill you. That's not a valid.
No, but I'm saying like you done met some dudes and things didn't work out and they became stalkers and same thing with women. So I mean, people, you gotta be careful in the beginning. You gotta really vet these people out. You don't just bring them around your family, around your people like
But
that.
people do that all the time. Like I've
Right.
seen men kill their whole families when they realize the woman don't want to be with them no more.
Girl,
Like
that
that
happened.
can happen.
God.
So men, don't, a lot of men don't take rejection well.
My thing is,
All
if
right.
if I take you around my mom and my dad, specifically my mom and my dad,
That
I'm
means
I'm
we're
waiting.
serious.
I'm waiting to the very last minute
Hmm.
because if my mama or my daddy don't like you, I don't think I'ma like you because my parents know me so well. So I gotta make sure that they gonna be like, yep. If I take you around my mom and my daddy, hey now, just ask me to marry you now before we go over there. That's why I wait. And then my family is so dope. Like I'll bring friends to my family get-togethers, and they'll still to this day they're like, so when the next one? I'm like, hey, that's my family. Go to yours, and I don't need all that. Go
Go to yours.
legit, like so, like
Tell you
I at
what,
my
hey
church. He
doctor,
was like, when is y'all next family get together? I'm like, I'll let you know when I want you to come.
that's a tough. She's so tough. Ain't she so
I'll
tough?
let you know when I want you to come. I'm actually very soft. Thank you very much. You only see what you want
She
to see.
is. She's a softie.
Thank you.
I love me some Brandy. Brandy, how long we known each other now?
Too long. What, since
Ooh,
03, 02, 03, 04,
since
02?
'05. '05.
Did been that long? Yeah, that's what
Mm-hmm.
almost 20. Oh girl.
Ooh, you know.
Don't say that out loud. We tender.
I'm sorry, I'm only 25, so I don't
Oh, that's
know what you're talking about.
right.
Black
Wah,
don't,
wah.
black don't crack.
What if somebody buys you gifts all the time?
That might be their love language.
What's your love language? I'm saying, what's your love
Yeah,
language?
that might be their love language.
Did you tell them that's your love language?
I'm
Hey,
gonna
listen, I'm gonna
say
be 100 with you. Okay, I'm gonna go in depth from a male point of view. I grew up in the dope boy era. All right, I'm 43 years old. I grew up in the thug and dope boy era. That's all women wanted. and we men are gonna do whatever the women want. If women like Nikes, we're gonna wear all the Nikes. If women like buddies, we're gonna buy all the buddies.
I
Whatever
said
y'all want.
if somebody else buys you gifts all the time,
But
I
I'm just
don't feel like you're trying to use that to control.
well, exactly. That's why I'm finna get to that point. I came up in the dope boy era, and all the guys that I knew that had money that was getting that money, and them chicks love them dope boys. They spoiled them with all those gifts, and once they got them where they wanted them, you either pregnant or you get beat up or something, and get cheated on by multiples. But you ain't going nowhere because you done got baited with all these gifts.
Right. Now I want gifts. I give me gifts. I prefer your time, but give me gifts. But just know
Like, but I
that
owe you.
I'm hard.
He own you now.
He don't own nothing because all them gifts belong to me now.
In
Anyway,
his mind, he do, and that's when stuff go left. I've seen
what's
it
in
so
your
many
mind?
times.
I think I make myself very clear. I think I'm very direct when it comes to. Don't think just because you buy me these presents that I'm your. Don't do that. Don't think just because you took me out to Bones that we is in love.
Bones.
Burns. I'm sorry, Burns. We is in love. We is not. Stop it.
What's Burns?
It's a restaurant in Atlanta.
Okay.
Expensive, girl.
I thought you meant a Bonefish Grill restaurant.
No, I meant Burns. Bonefish.
So it's like this place in Miami called Barton G's.
I don't, okay, so let me write that. So what is it called now?
Barton G's. Put it like this: out front, you see nothing but you see all the most expensive cars lined up out front. That's how you know. Also,
Future person, if you want to, I'm saying.
So,
buying
gifts to me is not a red flag because it depends on what that person has told you. Is there because the gifts don't have to be expensive.
True.
So it depends on what that person has expressed as their love language. So I don't think buying gifts is necessarily, but if that person's buying you too many gifts, well, you say too many. That's
all the time, like all the time. I don't think there's ever too many gifts. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So if someone's buying you gifts all the time, I don't think that's a red flag because it depends on what you have established as your love language, or that might be their love language, and that might be how they show their affection is to buy gifts.
Can I say something?
Is that not a red flag? Okay, yeah, sure.
I think that is a red flag. If you're buying gifts and my love language is acts of service or words of affirmation, and you're constantly doing what is not my love language, you can't, because a lot of times people expect you to be grateful because they love you the way they want to be loved. But the whole time they were actually neglecting you because it wasn't love the way you wanted to be loved. That may be a red flag.
I think I agree. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like that's their love language. But what is my love language? You have to love me according to my love language and allow me to love you according to your love language.
What if it's both combined? What if that person was trained and raised that way? Like, do not show up to a woman's door empty-handed. Do not show up empty-handed. Some people was like installed.
But as long as you're loving me in my love language, all that other stuff is supplemental.
And I just want to say this record, my love
Your language. I'm sorry, you cut out.
My love language is Waffle House. I just want to say that for the record.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, well, since we did that your love language is food. We'll go go ahead since you can't let the lady go first. Go ahead, Kang McGee.
My love language is whatever makes you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, keep that energy. D.
Oh, you wanted to know what my love language is?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
oh Lord.
Because according to the quizzes, according to the quizzes, it says physical touch and quality time.
Mine is consistency.
But also acts of service also ranged high. It was like all three of them kind of ranged 33 and a third.
So what is physical touch? Is that like foot rubs, booty rubs, back rubs, like physical touch?
Physical touch. Physical touch is physical touch.
Make
To me,
contact. Just make contact. No matter
make
what,
contact.
make contact, my guy.
Make
There's a
contact.
time and a
And
place for everything, but make
in
contact.
order for you to make contact, it means you have to be spending time with me, right?
This is facts.
Okay. What if everyone in their family has nothing but good things to say about them?
That means
Anyone in your family or their family?
Everyone in their family has nothing but good things to say about them.
That's good.
That's a red flag like a motherfucker.
How's that?
So,
How?
I have actually been in that particular situation.
Me too.
And it turns out that this person had a mental health condition that they did not want to
Boom,
be.
bam, pow.
They did not want to be revealed.
So who's gonna like get a family member? Oh, that's a messed up family. You meet somebody.
Well, no, but you have to understand when that person has. Well, I understand that they don't want to say anything bad about their family member, but when you are not, I understand your family's going to do what's best for you, and in that case, it was also what was best for them because they needed to find out. They need to make sure you have somebody who will be there for you. You know.
Hey, Pastor, man, so you seasoning
my
something?
My thing is, people that have nothing but good things to say in their family. If you know this person is a jerk and this person is not the best of people, then just shut up. You don't have to say something negative. Just don't say something good.
Well, you might bring out the best in that person. Everybody different.
Honey,
no, but we're talking to their family who has known them. Yeah, you can.
Bring out the best.
It doesn't listen. You're talking to this person's family who knows them for several years. So if they sister not coming by and saying something slick about him, like look at this big head, he used to, like they always have something slick to say, and that's like normal stuff. And see, I would think that is normal. But if your family has nothing but great things to say about you, I don't know. I
had a guy, his sister was like, he laid out, he can't never be on time. Golly. I'm like, okay. And then I was talking to another dude, and it was like, oh, he's just so sweet. He's so kind. He wouldn't hurt a worst guy ever.
But what if you just that? What if you just that guy? You know what I'm saying?
I feel family, and I tell everyone this. My mom was girls. Anyway,
I can't hear you. Say again.
My family was. If you are, can you hear me?
Yeah. I got to turn my volume up a little bit.
My family was not the kind of family that, a lot of guys' families are okay with him bringing multiple women around. And it's like the secret in the room. And when the girl leave, boy, you so crazy. What happened to the one you had yesterday? That wasn't my family. My family, my mom was one of 8 girls, no boys. They were team women. If you brought Keisha over on Tuesday and Friday you showed up with Tasha, one of my aunts was going to say, where's Keisha at? When you just talking to Keisha, they didn't play that.
Love them.
Yeah, they
I love them.
I had an ex mama.
I can't stand like that.
The ex came to Christmas dinner.
I love Auntie.
I think I was there the next day. She ain't say nothing about it. Trash.
Yeah.
Good person. Good.
My daddy would be that dude though. Be like, man, now you ain't you wrong for that.
Well, they ain't got to say in front of the company though. Pull you to the side with it. They ain't got to say in front of the company.
Say it in front of the company. You bold enough to bring somebody new the next day. Be bold enough to stand in your playeristic ways.
Well, if a person
what about somebody that throws around, like, say on 4th, 5th day, and they're like, man, I think I love you.
It could be possible, man. People get married in 2 weeks. You never heard of love at first sight?
No.
I have.
Actually, no. Yeah, my mom said she loved my dad when she first saw him.
There you go. It's all about the individual.
I never said I believed her. Calm down.
That's what's wrong with black people. That's what's wrong with black folks.
Why you gotta lump all black people together?
Because all black folks say the same thing.
Well, apparently not. My mom's black.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But all jokes,
Oh, but I'm the hard time person.
it is true. You are, but it'll be hard to love you like right that fast. Even if a person felt that way, they couldn't tell you. They gotta wait like 6 months.
Not true.
Can
I've had it
I
happen.
wouldn't
I've had
say
it happen multiple
I
times.
wouldn't say 6 months. I think 6 months is not necessarily
Hey,
the
Randy,
time gap.
hey,
Like,
guys,
'cause somebody could say it after 2 weeks, somebody could say it after, a month. I don't think 6 months is the cap for that. But when you're saying it on the fourth date, sweetie, I don't even know if you wash your underwear
know
at
that.
that point.
Oh, trust me, on the fourth date, I know if you watch yours.
I know. I'm gonna know about you exactly. No,
You know what? You know what?
I'm yeah. but, but
Look, it is very possible after 2 weeks, and yes, I've had that happen plenty of times. I don't know what you
listen,
call my name
listen.
for.
love at first sight is real. Don't tell me though.
Thank you.
I
I
remember
believe in that,
I
man.
talked to
That's
a
what I'm
girl.
saying.
I talked to a girl for 2 or 3 days, and I said, if I asked you to marry me, would you? Yes.
That's beautiful, man. That's a unicorn. Where you found her at?
Guess
You
what?
must.
He's probably still available because that was our last time talking. Because you got bad judgment. I ain't got no car and my credit bad. You got
He ain't got no car.
And look, she probably seen something beautiful in you. She probably saw your spirit, bro.
yeah.
How you know? How you know the spirit of God ain't talk to that woman and say that's him?
Yeah,
How do you know that? You don't know
You
that,
know
man.
what? I'm gonna say this then.
Why would you ask her that?
If the spirit of God talked to her and told her that that's your husband, the spirit of God also told her don't say that right now because he's not gonna accept it.
Hello.
Let's not
He
limit the
just,
spirit.
or he
Let's
just
not
not.
limit
He
the
not
spirit of
ready.
God.
He not ready. He shouldn't ask that question if he didn't want that answer.
I don't know
Don't set
because
nobody up.
my
Don't set
friend,
them up, man, for
my
feeling.
friend who, my friend who's now married to her husband, when her husband first met her, he said, "You gonna be my wife one day."
That's different.
Boom.
That's different.
No, it ain't.
It is.
And they're now married. I was the maid of
That's
honor in the
different.
wedding
You gonna be my wife one
last
day?
year.
Okay, we'll see. Let's
There
see where
you
it goes.
go.
We'll see.
There you go.
But now I
But
love
that's
you.
but that's
Well,
how is that different? If you go up to somebody, if you go to somebody
not no
and
different. I
you
agree.
that's not different to me because that would be the same thing as saying I love you.
Exactly.
It ain't. Don't okay. Well, don't use those words. Just you can
Uh,
say we gonna be my
I
future.
love you is different from you're gonna be my wife one today. Like you're
Okay,
gonna
we'll
be my
see.
wife soon.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, hey,
Then
listen.
and that's the same
Yeah.
answer. Like, oh, that's nice. Like I love you. Oh,
Oh my
I love
God.
that for you.
That is so good for you.
How much do you make a year now? How much do
You.
you make a year?
That's why I need to know what's your credit score.
Hmm.
Do you have a
What if they have
car?
Okay,
kids
I
with,
have
what if they have kids with different people?
Say
What
what?
happened?
What if they have kids with multiple people?
Red flag.
I don't do baby daddies anyway. I can't stand baby daddies.
Me either.
I guess I'm a red flag
You got
Yeah.
multiple. How many baby daddies you got, Dr. Jackson?
too. My
Baby
kids are
boys
7 years.
Jackson.
My kids are 7 years apart though.
It's the
Oh no,
baby
no.
voice.
You get a pass.
It's the baby voice.
You get a
Hypnotize them.
you get a pass. You get a
MK
pass.
Ultra.
That's gonna be. It's a red flag for me too.
You get a pass. But I say this though often. I would prefer a woman who has multiple baby daddies than a woman who sat and had 4, 5 kids from the same deadbeat, because that means you a slow learner, and you so, and because you're a slow learner, your judgment bad.
But
That's
what
a
if
good.
she was
That's a
sticking
good
to the
point.
Bible though? What if she was like trying to make it work? Like what
She
if she
should have
like
been
really
married if she was sticking to the
what if she
Bible.
was really falling to her vows or something? Some people might believe that once you have sex, when they say and you knew her, they married from just having sex. Everybody different. You gotta
I
find out
wonder
Yeah,
that
I've
person's
heard
belief
that
system.
too.
I wonder how many
Huh?
women you told that to make. How many women do you sell that to?
Hey, listen, man, it's a belief system. You believe what you believe, you know what I'm saying? Either they're gonna agree or they not. You feel me?
I mean, yes, some people believe sex is marriage.
Exactly. Straight up.
Anyway, thank the Lord.
That's biblical.
That's not biblical. Come on.
That's not biblical. Stop
and,
it.
and he knew her. Once you know her, that's your wife or that's your wife.
Okay.
And how did they know her? That's what see the words have been changed.
Okay.
We got to understand the person.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, okay.
We got to understand the person and individual and their
Oh,
belief system.
Pastor. So how
So
did
let
he
me
know
say,
her?
Right.
exactly.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Listen, I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like, all jokes aside, even with the whole entire like marriage engagement, is it a red flag if a person believes in being celibate before they get married? Is that a red flag?
Yes. It's a red flag if you weren't celibate with nobody else. You got 3 kids, and then you see Kevin Samuels. See, that's why they ain't like Kevin Samuels. You can't choose to be celibate, and everybody done had a piece of it. Hello.
Kevin Samuels gonna find the issue to. Kevin Samuels gonna find the issue to have an issue with the issue.
You want me to wait? You ain't.
Anyway,
I said it ain't. It
Just
ain't.
book ain't wait, but you want me to wait.
what? Yeah, you gonna yeah. Anyway, I'm all about celibacy. Yes. What if they have no faith, since we're on this one? What if they have no faith or belief?
Red flag.
Red flag.
Can't be unequally yoked.
D.
Period.
And not even unequally yoked. Anybody who don't believe in anything greater than themselves is a dangerous person.
Heck
Thank you.
yeah.
Very. Absolutely.
No morals.
I
No
concur.
morals. No code of conduct. None
So
of that.
what do you base your value system on? What do
Right.
you base your morality on? I would
Jay-Z,
have to know.
Beyonce, duh.
Whatever
You said
happens.
what?
I don't
Whatever
know.
happens.
Beyonce was raised Christian, so I don't know. And so I don't know.
But that doesn't mean she still believes in that. I don't know what she.
No, you're while you are correct that she may not still believe that. I don't know what her belief system is, of course, because I don't talk to Beyonce.
Is
But
that Beyonce or is that a clone?
oh my
Okay,
Jesus,
we're
I
not
can't.
gonna do conspiracy crazy.
No, we're not.
Okay,
We're
we're
not.
not gonna do
We're
that
not.
today.
We're not. Nope. We're not. I'm not
Anyway,
going down there with you. I'm not going there with you, sir.
what if they don't
No.
believe in the same thing you believe in?
She got to go.
Well,
Peace.
that's a discussion. I don't think. I don't think that that's necessarily a red flag.
What?
I don't think that's necessarily a red flag
I don't think it's a red flag either.
I do.
because I've seen before. I've seen people convert to other. We're not talking about this clone no more. I've seen people convert based on different belief systems as well. So I don't know.
I don't think it's a red flag because you believe in something I don't believe in.
Because if
I think
I'm
it's a red
Christian
flag.
and then like say if I fall in love with a Jewish man and I in order to marry him I have to convert.
That would be a red flag to me. You trying to force me to convert to whatever you believe in is the issue.
No. He's not trying to convert me. Like it's a choice.
But that wouldn't be no issue. That shouldn't be no issue. Christianity and Judaism.
But it's still it's still considered a separate belief system.
Ooh, I like your shirt.
Appreciate it.
I like it too.
What's up, the real? What's happening?
What's happening, G?
So
yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, is it a red flag if somebody is insecure in a relationship?
Absolutely. So that I was gonna bring that one up. Ooh. Me first.
Hold on. I think ladies first.
So I was gonna bring up, what if that person wants to check your private texts or emails or demand to do so? So
first of all, I know demandings.
No, I know that part. But yes, so to me that's also showing insecurity. What if that person is extremely insecure in a relationship? Red flag. Absolutely red flag.
Do you think that's insecurity? Or is it lack of assurance?
Lack of assurance? I don't.
So
to me, if there's
it's insecurity.
If you don't trust me,
because the lack of assurance would mean that you're insecure.
Right.
Exactly. Because if you got to do all of that to
You as well.
try and keep me faithful or try to ensure that I'm being faithful, I was never yours to begin with.
Or if you're doing that to see like you're doing it to make sure
Or
that
keep tabs or
I'm with you,
control.
or like to make to what do you call it?
I
To calm your own concerns. Yeah, no, you're insecure. I ain't got time for that.
so I
Now
want to.
you can't. I'm not saying you can't be insecure in all things, because you can be insecure in yourself, or you can be insecure about what you just like that kind of stuff. But yeah, no,
But
Especially if we're just dating.
certain actions can make a person feel insecure. See,
Right.
you could be a woman that talk with your hands, and you touch people when you talk to them. You touching on chests and ears and faces and
oh,
stuff, and or people in your personal space, and you huggy, touchy. Some people like that. I met a
But
woman
that
like
can be that can also be cultural.
Yeah.
exactly, but your actions can make that person feel insecure.
I think that I and this is me just because of my history, both sides, some actions that I did and some actions that were done under me. I desire a relationship where we can put our phone down. You can answer my phone. I desire that now. I did desire
Well,
that.
okay. How far along in the relationship are you establishing that type of thing? Because if we're on the fourth date, you can't be asking me to see
That's
my
not,
phone.
that's not a relationship. I think if we're on the fourth date, we're just talking maybe. But if we get to a place where you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, I want to get to a place where past all that don't matter. Even if you see somebody in my inbox, she's left on red, or she's been told in a respectful or maybe even a not respectful way to get lost. Because I do believe that is true trust. Now, I
So
don't think that it should be interrogations either, but I don't think that I want to, because I know people who live like that. You know what I mean? And Shake It Bake, what's up, my boy?
What it do, baby? You already know.
Yeah, that's my jigger. Even if you don't get no bigger. Can we say that?
well,
say
I
it.
feel, for example, I've been in a situation where I dated a guy, and I think because I also worked night shift as a nurse at that point,
Okay,
so
Dr. J.
I I worked night shift, and so I'd get notifications and stuff like that, like in the evening. So I had a notification, mind you, it wasn't anybody texting me, but it's just a notification, probably that an email, probably one of the spam emails came through. And this person was like, "Who's that? Who's that touching your phone? What is going?" And I had to stop him right there.
See, I think that's a
My,
great segue into what I was about to say, right? I feel
What
like,
bill you paying?
oh, my bad.
no, go ahead. She done. She's just talking. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I feel like when we talk about insecurities, I think what needs to be recognized is that everybody comes with their own set of insecurities triggered from past events, right?
Of
Exactly.
course,
And I think, when we recognize that and we can, be um, mature enough
and
or
accommodating.
strong enough to communicate those triggers when they happen, right? Like, oh shoot, I'm snapping. Oh, let me tell you why my experience was da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And kind of be able to talk through it and see if that's something that you'll be able to deal with. Then I wouldn't be. I don't see, insecurities as too big of an issue, right? Because even as we growing as a unit, right, we still work through our encouraging one another, right, through the times where we may feel insecure and doubt ourselves and stuff. So I feel like insecurities are naturally, no matter what, are going to be a part of the relationship, and working together to working together to accomplish those we're working together to accomplish, having healthy communication and
Right.
encouraging one another is going to be the best results. Because I think if we just start talking about can a person have insecurities and stuff like that, I think we missed the overall point of, no matter what, we all come with a set of our insecurities. But
Yeah, that's what we're saying. But we're talking about like you insecure about like you
no,
trying
no,
to get
no,
to my phone. You trying to like
no,
we all gonna have
right. But
insecurities.
I think, but even I think that, most people just ain't like, hey, just let me go through your phone, right? Like, I think we got to talk about behavior
Okay.
behavior patterns and things like that. And then also, again, I think it points back to that insecurity of, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they had a situation where somebody wasn't, they got caught up with whatchamacallit. And but I still feel like explaining that should help, with the communication and being able to work through that, whether that's something you can deal with or not. Rather than snapping, right? Oh, what you doing? Da, 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 da. You feel what I'm saying? Because then that's a form of that's kind of
Yeah,
like
but that was the energy I got. The energy I
no,
got
no, no,
was that person was snapping on me.
no. Right. So what I'm saying is I understand that, right? But I feel like a lot of times, like we talk about making our culture better, right? And we talk about as a whole, or people as a whole, right? And I think that's really done through education, right? And really how we treat each other. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you weren't you didn't have the validation to do that, right? But what I am saying is instead of acting on that validation, choose to respond in a way to where it's not necessarily rejected, not just for the sake of you though, right? For the sake of the other person too, right? So that way,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
That
I'm
way.
a great communicator,
No.
so I yeah.
Listen. Listen. And by no shape, way, or form is this a accusation on your character.
No. I
You
wasn't
understand what
taking
I'm
it as an
saying?
accusation,
Yeah.
but I did communicate with the person. I said, "Have I given you any reason to, basically?" I tried to put it back. I said, "Have I given you a reason to think that anything else is going on with anybody else? Have I given you?" Because I knew what the situation was with his ex, so I already knew. We already had that discussion already.
Uh huh.
So that's why it came out that way. So
Uh
that's why it irritated me when he did it, because I said I've never given you any reason to think that I'm doing anything with anyone else, or so I said, where did that come from?
huh.
I'll be
So
100.
that's
I done been on both sides of it. I done did it and I done had it done to me. So as a 43-year-old, I'm at a point where I don't want to go through nobody's phone. I don't want to go through nobody's social media. I'm good. I don't need to know none of that because when you look for it, I found everything I was looking for. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, hey, leave me be. I leave you be, and we just keep it moving like that. We ain't even gotta be friends on social media. Like a person need their space. When you
I'm
put
gonna.
a when you try to hold something too tight, that's when you suffocate the love.
Yeah.
You gotta
I'm
let a
gonna.
person breathe. You ain't no slave.
Okay, so what if somebody
So,
wants to come to your house? Is that a red flag? If somebody
ho-
wants to come to your house,
ho-
like,
hold on, real quick, Brandy. So I had a situation that transpired for me like that. You know what I'm saying? Same situation as you did, Dr. Jackson, right? But so you know. I asked the same question, have I done something, right? But I followed that back up with, yet I understand this may be a trigger from you for your past relationship. Can you walk me through that, right? So the whole dynamic of the conversation went from like this intense moment, right, to oh shoot, the nigga. I mean, he understand what I'm saying, like he feel where I'm at, right? So we was able to kind of dialogue through it. So I'm saying a lot of times the initial response of how we respond can be like very aggressive and offensive, right? But I feel like when we know something, right, we should kind of take that knowledge and then apply it so it don't become as offensive. Not saying that it's not offensive, right? But how we respond to it can be more empathetic because it's like, oh, I understand where it's coming from. But let me check to verify and make sure everybody in a safe space so we could kind of build together from that. So that's what I'm kind of like pushing the agenda to for us as a people to kind of learn how to communicate like that because we come from a place where it's nigga, if you try me, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give I'm gonna reciprocate that same energy, right? And so, I feel like we got to break that mold, if that makes
okay,
sense.
so what if the person, is it a red flag if the person keeps their phone flipped upside down?
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
People flip their phones upside down because they're hiding something.
That is
And
not that.
Period.
And that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say, right? One thing I realize as well, if we still
I
talking
work
about
from
like,
my phone, so I keep it upside down because I have patient private information coming through on my phone.
girl, ain't no.
That's a good one.
Hold on. Wait,
You got to see his
wait,
face.
wait, 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 wait. Listen. Ain't no patient private on your lock screen.
My job is 24/7. I'm the director of nursing and the psychiatric nurse practitioner
Wait,
of a facility.
so you want me to
So
put
yes,
that?
So you only got one phone with all those titles? That don't make no
I
sense.
only have one phone
Listen,
Yeah, okay.
you want me
because
to?
it's a Teams. We talk through the Teams communication thing.
So y'all
So the
have
stuff flashes on the top of my screen.
so
Mm-hmm.
so that sister. I mean, so Miss
The
Johnson.
dog.
So Miss Johnson has gonorrhea comes up in the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
It
Exactly.
does it does come up in my little notifications though.
Mm-hmm.
It won't come up like that,
Ebony, you
All right,
stupid.
Dr.
but
Ebony talk about something. Make sure they pay that.
Who said that?
Ebony, my cousin Ebony.
Tell
No,
him,
I
Ebony.
think
Tell him,
I,
Ebony.
oh,
Hey,
they
I ain't
do.
never heard
They
of no professional with all them titles with only one phone.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. If you have your phone upside down, that is a red flag for me. It
It's
might not be a red
okay.
flag for nobody else, but it is
a
No,
definitely
red
a red
flag.
flag for
right,
me.
right. But
Sometimes
I think that's I think that's
stuff
I think it only points back to
that don't take no degree to understand that. That's a red flag.
okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
That's a flag.
Yeah,
Him
yeah,
with
yeah,
red.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
listen. I know, and I ain't in my business. I talk to people who every time I'm with them for hours, if I spend days with them, they phone don't ring, don't vibrate, or anything like that.
That's a red flag, my
And I
guy.
said nothing to them because I know that game. I used to play it. But if I call you when we're not together, or hold on, somebody's calling me. So if you get phone calls when we're not together, but you never get them when we together, I ain't crazy. I think that's a red flag.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah, 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 yeah. I think yeah, those theories can be can definitely be true, but I think two things can be true at the same time. I really don't believe that if a person keep their phone down, they not showing their phone, that it's a red flag,
Okay.
because I feel like who is anybody to tell somebody what they should do with their phone?
Ain't nobody telling you what
No,
to do with your
hold on,
phone.
time
I'm
out,
just saying it's a red flag for me.
hold on, no, I'm not saying, I'm not debating. I didn't say that it's not a red flag for you. I actually
No, I'm
agree,
saying no. What I'm saying is
but
I'm
I'm
not telling them what to do with their phone. I'm
no,
just
no,
saying it's a
no,
red
no.
flag for me.
No, right, and I understand, because you believe that a person who should keep their phone up. Otherwise, if they keep it over, that means that they're hiding something. So I'm saying, when we come to these, situations with preconceived notions based off what we believe that may not be true, we could be missing out on opportunity. So I think what we should,
Yes.
I think what we should do is give a person the benefit of the doubt. A,
and
B.
have a conversation.
Right. B, if it bother you, you know what I'm saying, ask the question. Because a lot of times what happens is, it'll bother them, won't nobody say nothing, and then it'll just be, you know what, girl? Every time I come over to his house, he got his phone over. What you think?
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. He hides something. Next thing you know, and
I
I'm
have to
just like,
I have to agree with Leroy on that, even though I said what I said, and I'll tell you why. The entire time I've had a cell phone since high school, I hate the sound of a ringing cell phone. I think it is the most obnoxious thing a person can do. Have their phone ringing when they're at the driver's license office or anything like that. So for me, my phone is always on vibrate. That means it always has to be close to me, because I hate especially iPhone, I hate that everybody always had the same ringtone. But I had a girl, it's actually an ex-wife, she had a problem with that. And the only time I take my phone off of vibrate is if I don't want to miss a call, I'm waiting on something important. I'll take my phone off of vibrate. And one time she heard it ring in front of her. She was like, why you always have it on vibrate, have it on ring sometimes? So I do agree that sometimes things aren't what they appear to be, Leroy. But a girl told me one time, and I knew it was something on her phone, because somebody else, the person she was texting, it got back to me, and she told me I didn't pay her phone bill. And so even now, I don't actually go through nobody's phone. I'll go through it if I have an opportunity to show. But I ain't gonna ask you to, because I don't pay phone bills. The only phone bill I pay is mine. And if I find something that I felt like shouldn't be in there, I'm gonna confront you about it because this is why I had these feelings in the first place. But I think people with phones, you can't make nobody go through your phone. But me personally, I want to be in a relationship where that's a thing.
But I
I'm
know
not
I
gonna
some.
want
ask
I
I
know
nobody
want
to go
some.
through
But
their
hold on.
phone.
But
I'm
on the
not gonna ask
thing.
nobody to go through their phone.
No, but I know
yeah.
some. I know
And I,
somebody. I know some. I know not just somebody. I know a couple people who keep their phone flipped down because they don't want people to see their screensaver. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like you thinking it's hiding something. They
Hey,
might be. Maybe they don't want. Maybe they don't want you to see who their kids is.
You got
You
them
know what I'm saying?
BBWs on
Maybe
there.
they
They
don't.
ain't trying
Yeah.
to hide.
Maybe they don't want you to see their body transformation. You don't know why people keeping their phone, and you can't. We can't assume. I'm saying. I think it's all. I think it does us disinterest to always assume the worst.
Dr. Jackson is a cheater, is what I want to
like
say.
I said, it's a red flag. I ain't assuming nothing. It's just a red flag. I ain't saying this to be all the end all. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be like, so why your phone is always upside down? Like, what's going on with that? And you can't say that person not gonna lie and be like, oh, I have a picture on there I don't want you to see, and then it vibrate and it's some chick sending him a naked picture. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's a red flag for me. I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna
So
tell you.
I want to
I don't want you in my business. That's why it's always down. Next.
I want to I want to
next,
bounce off of this one.
next.
So what about when you're on a date with someone and they're always texting or on their phone while you're dating?
I can tell you what they're gonna say. Oh, what if it's all? What if they're having business conversations? What if they're?
That's right.
When
It's a
you're
red
on
flag. If that's
when you're
your
on a date
Um,
with me
it's a
and
red
you're
flag.
always on your phone or social media like I can understand if you have kids at home or whatever the case is, but the thing is you shouldn't need to text it, like you, especially if you have a babysitter and stuff like that, unless the kids are sick.
are you
mm.
saying it? Are you asking if it's a red flag? The text on while you.
While you're on a date and somebody's consistently on their phone,
Yeah. That ain't
that is a red
that's
flag.
no. That's a
I'm
green.
guilty.
That's a green. That's a green flag.
Why?
Because to tell you
How's
they're
that?
not interested.
To tell you it's time to go.
You're right, exactly. You're right.
That's
I
the
knew
green.
that was coming.
That
I knew that
ain't
was
nothing red
coming.
about that. That's all
You
green
ain't
right there.
interested.
That's money green. I know what time it is. Oh, you
You're
check?
right.
Oh, don't even worry about it. Check. Come
Wait,
on.
guilty of that. I'm always on my phone, but it's not because maybe I'm a green. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was being on my phone.
It's a red flag, but it's also green because, like the realist said, it's time to go. Thank you.
Time to go.
I appreciate your time. What if they ask you to split the bill on a date?
On the first date,
I guess that's more for women. Men are probably like, yes, okay, let's split that bill, baby.
You
Yeah.
know what? I
Hold on.
would King McGee.
D, go ahead.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
shoot.
Yes,
for
sir.
me,
Dr. Jackson, yeah. If he's like, let's go halfsies, let's go Dutch, and he asked you out.
that's gonna be our last date. I'll pay. I'll pay my way. I'll absolutely
Red
pay my
flag.
way. But I
Red
will let you know that this is gonna be our last date. Especially if
flag.
you invited me out. If I invited you out and this is not like a coffee date or something like that, it's one thing if it's, for example, like like we're meeting on a little coffee date or whatever the case is, whatever, and we mutually decide to meet at this location, then yeah, okay, I'll pay for mine, you can pay for yours. But if you invite me out and then talk about we're gonna split the bill,
Like last, yeah,
this is our last date.
I had that happen. I was like, oh, okay, no, I got it. Oh, let me tell you the story. What happened? So we went out. He was like, yeah, I want to take you out. We went out, and he was like, so you got you right. I was like, yeah, I sure do. So I pull out so the waiter goes to take his money first, right? His little card not working. It ain't he can't even pay his bill. He looking at me like, do you have Apple Pay or do you have Cash App? I do, but I ain't gonna accept it.
Mm.
Something
So,
probably went wrong.
so I'm looking
Things
exactly.
happen. Things
It looks
happen.
like you got some
What went
dishes to
wrong?
wash,
He
sir.
asking me out.
Looks
Things
like you
happen.
have
I
some
said,
dishes to wash, sir.
wipe mine.
See, but
Still looking at him trying to figure out how he gonna pay his bill.
see,
So I see you later. Okay, bye.
see,
Take that
see
cash
that,
app and the Apple Pay.
that's what I'm talking about when I say I think about how do we not gonna change as a people, right?
Exactly.
Because it's like on the real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he said you got you whatever you found out you ain't whether you found it offensive or not. Clearly you did, and he was in a situation where he was like, "Hey,
I found it interesting.
I got the bread, but I'm gonna shoot you the bread so I can take care of this bill." You was like, "No, I ain't. I'm straight.
I'm
I
mad.
got it, but
Hey man,
I ain't gonna get yours. You figure that part out." And it's just like, why he
Wait,
got
what?
to?
He said he gonna shoot me the money so he can take care of his bill.
Yeah, then that's what he told you.
yeah, something wrong
Yeah.
with that man card, but he got the money on Apple Pay or Cash
No,
App.
no, no. But he's only taking care of his part of the bill when he invited her out.
I thought he said both of
Yeah,
y'all. He
right.
just said
No,
one.
he's
No,
only taking care of
he
his.
said he was
Yeah,
taking
no, no,
care of
no.
his part of
Right,
the bill when
right.
he invited her out.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I understood that. I understood
No,
that.
that
So
was
what?
clarification from McGee.
So
I ain't
so what?
understand.
What I'm saying is whether he was going to pay for his part of the bill, and he wasn't going to pay for your part of the bill, you already had a mutual agreement that you was going to take care of your bill. So
No, no, no.
so
It wasn't a mutual agreement. Well, it was. It was once he said it after we had eaten.
right.
Yeah, that's
That
messed
well,
up.
it
That
don't
ain't
matter.
cool.
Hold on. I'm not debating when it happened. I'm just saying that it happened.
Yeah, that ain't cool, man. Ain't no way around
Right.
that.
And you and your I know I listen. I'm not even saying that what he did wasn't cool. It was
That,
not cool.
that's it.
Right. But what I am saying is, regardless of whether I don't think the offense of what he did dictated the response that he got. Because in my whole thing is, I don't think he intentionally did that to put you in a bad spot. All right, I don't think
What?
I don't think he intentionally took you out to put you in a bad spot to make sure that you didn't that you wasn't gonna have a good time. I don't think what he did was intentional to make you to belittle you. That's what I'm trying to say,
I
right?
He
think
knew
I'm
before
sorry.
the date that he was gonna Dutch it. He knew that
No,
when
right,
we
right.
linked
Listen,
up, when we were on
I'm
the phone, and you were asking all those times about. So when we
It was
going,
never mentioned.
you should have mentioned that then,
I,
my guy.
I listen.
So
I
yeah,
just
you
I
did it
ain't
to put me in an awkward spot. Maybe not a bad spot, but you did put me in an awkward spot. So
right,
enjoy your
right.
awkwardness. You're welcome.
Right. What I'm saying is I don't think what he did was intentional.
Can I
Right.
ask a question?
So and I still ain't got to what I still ain't got to what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm
Okay.
Well,
saying
get
is
there.
y'all keep stopping me. Asking you y'all want to add these little the little
Okay, we're not
Tabasco
adding
sauce
nothing
to it.
now. Come on, Blight.
Yeah. So look. And so when it come down to it, I'm like, you could have took the cash out, you know what I'm saying, because you were still getting his portion of the bill, that just would have been straight. But what I'm saying is to seek the other part to be like, nah, you did me like this, I'm gonna do you like this. I don't think that's healthy for us, dog. I don't think those type of responses to each other are necessarily like the best way that we can communicate and move forward in a healthy direction. So
So
I
okay,
be trying to seek like,
so
you know what I'm
hold
saying,
up, hold
like
up. So you telling me?
niggas
So
don't
you
want to.
talking about that's not a healthy way to communicate? So this man failed to communicate that he was gonna go Dutch,
I
but it's
don't
because of my.
disagree.
Hold up, let me. So it's on me about the failure to communicate. Now had it been, hey, yo, B, we gonna go Dutch. You pay for I pay for me, and then at the end of the night, his card ain't working. I'd be like, oh no, I got you. Don't worry about it. How
I
much is it?
get it.
Just sending me the money
I
because
get
we've
it.
already decided this.
I know.
Now
I
I get
know.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and yeah, but this conversation ain't about communication. The Black community. This
I have
conversation
No,
a
is
question.
it
about
no
red and green
This
flags.
is about Courtney. This
no.
is
I
about
listen. Hold
this
on,
is about
time out. I
I'm with y'all on
understand
that
that
one.
this ain't about the black community per se. But what I am saying is when we talk about these flags, we can make it more. I'm trying to make it in a practical sense to how we can have more green flags in the black community and how we respond. So it may not be about the
this is
quote unquote
Courtney.
black
We're
community
talking
in of
about
itself.
Courtney and
That's what I'm trying to
Well,
say.
yeah,
listen,
Because
Courtney
that's a
etiquette.
whole nother. That's what.
what I'm talking about is in the context of
Um,
courting within our community.
I, I got one.
That's a
What?
whole nother conversation, though. I feel like how
Whatever.
we can. No, I'm talking
Whatever.
about how
I
we
have a
can
quick
change
question.
red flags to green flags. That's a whole conversation. That's a whole show.
I
How we
have a
can do that.
I have a question about the dating and the. Is it taught to women? Because I don't know this. Is it taught to a woman that if a man asks you out on a date, even if the expectation, because a lot of these, like you said, this would be our last day. So obviously, we don't have these conversations beforehand that say, I'm going to pay for everything. It's on me. So the expectation is, because I know Dr. Jackson said if she has to go Dutch, it's the last date. But I don't know if that's fair if we didn't have a conversation. And if it is a general expectation, my question is the expectation for a woman, I ask you out on the first date, do you come prepared to pay in case I forget a wallet, lose a wallet, can't pay, card declines?
I
You should.
always
No,
do.
no, no,
You
no,
should.
no, no, no,
You should.
no.
You should. You should. You
I
should.
always come prepared. I always come prepared.
Fair.
I've
Uh,
never not come prepared. So that's,
to
I
be
don't know if
fair.
that applies to
I'm
you.
not.
I
I
always
Gerard,
don't.
come prepared.
I ask
Gerard,
that.
you no, Gerard. Before you even get to that point, you failed to ask the realest question, right?
Okay,
Are those expectations communicated before we even slide out, right?
But
Because
I'm
if
gonna be
we,
real. Hey,
because
let me say something
I
real
don't
quick.
been on
Hey,
a
real
few,
quick, y'all.
I
Hey,
don't
real
been on
quick,
a
if y'all
few,
don't
I
mind.
don't been on. Hold on, let me hold on. I don't been on a few dates where a chick ain't even never tell me she expected me to pay. Never, not once, right?
Hey,
So
Who
real
even
talk
so,
though.
if I
initiated the
As a
date?
man though,
hold on,
a man supposed to
hold
know
on,
that already.
time. Y'all ain't show somebody pull out like the Constitution of the United States. Somebody pull out the rule book of what a man's supposed to do on the first. Show it to me. Show it to me.
Who
I'm gonna be
initiated
100
the
with you.
date?
I'm gonna
Show
Who
be
me.
100.
I'm
initiated the
saying.
Doesn't
date?
matter.
Show me that. I'm saying. Show
Detroit,
me
you
that
are
rule.
definitely a red flag right now to these women.
Man, no,
I
listen.
think it's
Show it.
interesting how we need
Show me the
we
rule.
need communication now. I
Just
get times have changed, but now we need to communicate who is supposed to pay for the first date. Communicate
Hey,
that
listen, man. Hey,
depends
hey.
on
no, no,
who
no, no,
you
no,
are as
no.
a person.
Brandy, you
That
not
depends on how
communicate.
who you are
No,
as a person.
you not communicate. You communicating your expectations. Yeah, you are supposed to communicate your expectations. Just like you would want me to communicate. If I'm taking you out and I plan on getting them draws, right? And I'm sliding out with you, you know what I'm saying? You prefer me to tell you like, hey, let me keep it a buck
So
with you.
getting them draws is the
Hold on,
same thing as
you
paying
ain't
for
even
a
you
date.
ain't even let me you ain't even let me you
I'm
ain't
asking. I need clarification. You can finish. I just need clarification. Is so getting them draws is the same thing as paying for a date?
no, I'm saying that communicating the
Look,
expectations
look,
is.
he don't want to say it, but he thinking, yeah.
No. I'm saying
Okay.
communicating expectations is right. So, and I'm only giving you it from a male perspective. So, to a female, I'm like, hey, if a dude trying to take you out and he want to slide up, and, he want to whatever, you know what I'm talking about, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and would you prefer he set? I mean, I don't know. Would you prefer he set you up, or would you prefer he tell you out the gate? You know what I'm saying? What time it is, what his expectations is, and what he want to do with you.
Sounds
Because
sounds
usually,
like sounds like Leroy is saying if you accept my date, even if it is general rule that a guy pays, she should be saying, yeah, we can go out to the movies, but just so we're clear, you're taking care of me, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, yeah, if that's
Yeah,
what
that's
they
what he's
But
saying.
I'm
expect,
not. But
yeah, if that's
I'm
what their
not feeling. As a
expectations
man,
is.
I don't feel that. As
Okay,
a man, I got to disagree
Darian.
respectfully. Respectfully, I disagree respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this. As a man, me personally, I consider myself an alpha male. It's my expectation that whatever I do, I got it all, or I'm in position to have it all. If whatever happens, I'm that guy. I'm not even stepping out the door if I can't. Straight up.
Yeah, but that see what I'm trying to say is, I guess with that, alpha male, I don't know who defined that as that being an alpha
That's like
male,
being a
right?
real
No,
alpha male is a
no,
man
no, no,
that
no,
has
no. Hold on,
control of his surroundings
hold on. Hey,
and everything that
I
he's
think
doing.
I was being facetious, right? I understand what an alpha male is. What I'm trying to say
Okay.
is, based off that definition, just I can step out every time I step out my door, I expect to pay. But that doesn't mean
There you
I
go.
should not expect somebody to communicate their expectations to me. To me, that only enhances the alpha male, because what I'm saying is we gotta have better communication style. And if I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with a woman, I want her to communicate her expectations, because resentment comes from not meeting somebody's unexplained expectations, right? But if we can explain it and I can meet it based off what you explaining to me, right? Everybody would say those are green flags. He's a listener. He understands. He's a great communicator. Those are things that women want. But what I'm saying is, in order for us to be on the same page, you gotta give me a chance to show you that I can do those things based off you communicating to me your
I feel like if
expectations.
you ask me out, you've communicated that you have the funds to pay for this date.
Facts.
That's period. If
I-
you've asked
That's
me
it.
out,
That's the end of the
that was
conversation
you
right there. That's it.
communicating
That's it
that
right
you
there.
time out, time out,
Oh, my
time
bad.
out,
My
time
bad.
out. I'm gonna take a full.
Remember this
Hey,
whole discussion that I had earlier about people being.
Get him,
that's it
Remember,
right there.
Brandy.
That's it right
Get
there.
him,
Pretty much.
remember this discussion about me being too broke to date.
Right. That's it. That's one of
Brandy.
them.
We already
Brandy, that was
discussed that.
perfect. Brandy, that was perfect.
Because
Right.
like if you having a conversation and you're like, well, you asking her about her finances, then why are we asking her on a date? Like you shouldn't even be asking her to go nowhere.
Oh,
That's my
funny.
thing. If you, wait, my cheeks hurt. If you are asking me on a date, you are saying, Brandy, I want to treat you to this, that, and the third. That's what you're doing. If I ask you on a date, I am saying you got us, right?
Mhm. I,
But hey, but to your
I've
boy,
asked,
the
and listen,
realest.
I've
But
taken a man out on a date before.
but hey,
I've
I
hold up,
taken a
have
man
hold
on a
up,
date.
hold up, hold
too.
up.
And like
The
I
kind of
take
cold.
him to a concert and I pay for it. I prearrange it. I pay for
Not
it.
a problem.
Now, if
Right.
we go there and he decides that he wants to get us drinks, and that's on him, and whatever the case is. But if I'm taking him on a date, I'm covering it. I'm already letting you know I paid for it. I already reserved it.
I've had women take me out on dates and I paid the whole bill. I said, keep your money in your pocket. It ain't no good.
But that's your
Hold
You
on,
were
choice.
raised
But
by
hold
remember,
on.
good people. That's because you
Oh,
were raised. Your bloodline is
but
probably
you,
really,
no,
really
hold
good.
on. But here, the point of
but
what
that
I'm
was a
saying.
choice. Also,
No, but the
you
point.
chose to do that.
No, right. I did choose to do that because my expectation wasn't because she asked me out on a date that she should pay for it. I never had that expectation in my mind.
Okay.
I said we
No,
finna go. I said we finna go out on a date. She invited me out. I appreciate the invite. I got the bill. I
but
appreciate
that's
the
your
invite.
choice. The choice was
I'm not
taken
saying,
away from
oh my
Brandy.
No.
gosh, bro. I am not disagreeing with you that it's not a choice. I'm saying that I chose not to go with the cultural norm and say, hey, just because she asked me out, I should make her pay for it. I'm saying I chose the opposite. It don't matter that
Right.
she asked me out. What
I,
I'm choosing to do is I'm gonna pay for it because the social norm don't matter. And
Are
Right.
I,
you
But
giving her?
that's what
Are you
we're
gonna? Are you
agreeing
giving
with
her?
And
you.
what she's
We
saying,
are
go ahead,
what
Black,
I'm I
Jay.
am agreeing with you. I'm absolutely agreeing with you. But the choice was taken away from Brandy on her date. She
no,
didn't get to choose whether she was gonna pay or not.
I
He
think
said, "You got us. You got
Oh, I
yourself,
wasn't.
right?"
Oh, no, I wasn't associating that statement with what happened with Brandy. That
Oh,
what
okay.
happened
All
with
right.
Brandy. Yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah. No,
I
I wasn't associating that statement with what happened with
I
Brandy.
think
But I
I
still
think
think
the,
Brandy could have chose to still pay. Just to look out, just because. You know what I'm saying? Outside of
Mm-mm.
doing evil for evil, it would have just been the right thing to do.
He made that choice too. He
You
made
didn't
that
lose your
choice and he
wallet.
buried himself.
You didn't lose
I
your
Nah.
wallet.
Leroy. So this is my problem with expectation. I do believe communication is important, but I think it would be mentally exhausting to have to explain things that are common knowledge to a female or a female explaining things that are common knowledge to a man all the time. I think over communication sounds like a chore. If
It
I
does.
if I have to explain well established social norms to this chick, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. If I got to
Right.
tell you every time we get to the door, let me get the door. I have a problem, and I explain it usually once. I have a problem when I go to a restaurant. We walk up and there's a male host. I can't stand women who used to dating hood niggas who sell dope and can't talk. They take the lead in a lot of verbal situations. But for me, the mouth of the South,
Oh,
I cannot stand We get to a restaurant. There's a male host, and before I can say party of two, this, that, and other, because I like to lead. I consider myself an alpha male, or maybe an alpha beta male, or maybe an alphabet male. I don't know, but literally, I have a problem with not being able to lead in social settings, because I think that's my thing. If I have to always explain to you, you're overbearing. I have to always explain to you, hey, let me lead. Even though I'm expressing my expectation, I agree that that's a thing. At some point, you feel like I got to raise you. I think some expectations are just general, and I think most women and men expect pay on the first date at least.
Well,
So let me ask this.
Gerard, can
Go ahead.
I appreciate the commentary. I think you in the wrong profession. I think that I guess you're a preacher. You do commentary, so you might be in the right profession. You're a good commentator. You know what I'm saying? But I I don't think over communicate. I agree that over communication can be a barrier. But when I'm saying communicate expectations, right? Uh, it doesn't have to be something that's overbearing once it's understood, right? I've been on plenty of dates where women just not used to dudes opening the door, and I gotta remind them, let me get the door. Even though I open the door for them when I get them to the car, I tell you, when I'm getting out the car, I'm about to open the door. They already opened the door. I was like, remember, I got you, right? Then we get to the restaurant, right? You gotta walk behind because you looking for the threats and stuff like that, right? So I get to the door to try to. She opening the door, and I gotta remind, right? And you know what I'm saying. At some point in time, as we learn one another, I think there is a level of patience that needs to be tolerated, right? Because of that. Now, I'm not saying that you have to tell a person 100 different times for all these different things, right? But I'm saying to the things that you already know that are triggers for you, those things should be expectations should be communicated, right? If you know it's a trigger for you that if you ask me out and you don't pay on the same date, you should I think those things should be communicated in the beginning, right? You know what I'm saying? So people
In the
kind of set the
beginning.
level. Yeah, when you first having the conversation, like, what's your expectation? If a nigga take you out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you expect from him? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I expect him to do this, do that. So you already know out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So then if I take you out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's on me because you already communicated that to me. I already know what time it is, and from there we just got to work through that. So,
Like
and I
I
don't think that's exhausting, G.
like I said, when you asked me out, you communicated that. Boom, bam, pow.
I get it.
Let me ask this though. Let me ask this. So say this is going back to the subject matter, which is red flags or no. You are on a date. You as the female, she gets out. The female gets out. She goes in to reserve, to put your name on the list. She puts her name as the name to be called. Is that an issue?
Not for
Because
me.
I typically put the dude's name. I typically put the dude name because you leave, baby. I'm just here. So she puts her name and I get it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Does
I
that
don't.
matter? Is that a red flag? Is that like over
I don't care
dominance?
personally. Me personally, I don't really care. As long as
I
I
don't really
know, I
care.
know who I am. I know
Yeah,
what's
I don't
happening.
really.
I know I can afford all of that. I got all this on deck, on lock. I ain't worried
Okay.
about none of
I feel like it ain't a red flag. It might be a black eye, but it sure ain't a red.
that.
Just joking. Just
Cause
Whatever.
like I like a strong woman, and if any man want a strong woman, you don't want no woman that's gonna always be like want to always be coming second all the time. I like a leader in certain things. Like we have that mutual respect and understanding of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't
Okay.
got to cook every week, 7 days a week. I can cook sometimes. Like communication is good, but when it comes to
You
dating
cooking?
and going out on dates and stuff, just me as a man, I just know I got all that, so I don't really care. But I don't disagree with the communication part. It could be a little overbearing to me personally, but if that what works, then ain't nothing against that. Cause when you do better. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, on the communication tip, what if somebody talks too much?
That's a red flag. Cause they don't know how to listen.
Okay. Anybody else on a red flag? If somebody talks too much is a red flag or no?
I think I think women I think women talking too much. I don't think a woman can talk too much. I think they just do it. Um
We don't
I
do it intentionally.
right. I think women just do it. They like to share. They tell the little details. I'm a big talker, so it doesn't really bother me.
I'm gonna say.
It doesn't really bother me. I will say this though, talking with nothing to talk about aggravates me.
But you gotta know how to have a conversation. It's a time to
Right.
talk and listen. It's like a back and forth thing.
Right.
Especially like when you work on the job and you learn management and you go through management techniques and trainings and all that. You learn to listen to your people so that way you can learn how to develop and coach them and manage them better. When you're in a relationship, you have to manage the relationship. You can't manage it if you're doing all the talking. It gotta be at least a 50-50 thing, at least 60-40. God damn.
Yeah, I think it's like, for example, I agree with that. And even at work, that's good. A lot of women think that men like to talk about how work was. Women like to talk about that. Men don't. If I came home and you never asked me about how work was, I would be perfectly fine because I have separated my work life from my personal life so much so to where it doesn't matter how work.
Maybe it's the masculine me that someone says I'm so masculine, but that would be the last thing I would ask my dude to talk about when he get home. I feel like you wanted to leave that there, and if you wanted to talk about work, you would say something. But I wouldn't even want him to talk about work because I want you in a happy place.
Why
Right.
would you not though? Why would you not? If that like talking about it kind of may be able to release some of his stress, or you
Like
prefer
I
him to
said, if
talk
he
to
want
his
to
wife,
talk
his
about it,
good
he can
wife.
talk about it. But I'm not gonna ask him to talk about
Yeah,
it.
but you ask a guy how work was, he's gonna say good, cool. You ask a girl, she gonna say, well, you know the new girl Brenda, the one who I trained, and Barbara, she gonna tell you
First
name,
of all, I'm gonna be like, it was I.
conditions. Dr.
Not
Jackson,
me.
they're talking about medical assistant, the CNA. She gonna tell me every position they hold, and she forgot to give John his medicine, and John got diabetes, and so then his charts was like, yeah, like, and I'm okay with listening to all that. But for me, and I guess because what I do in sales is the same every day, either I closed it or I didn't. So when I hear how it was work, well, if I didn't tell you I closed it, chances are I didn't, and it ain't nothing to talk about.
Well, ask me, Brandon. Ask me how my day went at work today, please.
Is this gonna be a self promotion right now?
Just ask me, please.
No, is it gonna be a self promotion?
No, I'm making an example.
How was your day at work, dear?
So, honey, today I closed 5 new enrollments. I got $100 on each enrollment. That's $500 of commission. Plus, I got 3 of them doctors. So that's $30 each. That's the end.
So
I
how
got
does
3
that benefit?
surveys.
So am I gonna see any of that money?
Of course, we're together. So I done made
Okay,
$700-800 of commission today. So you want to know how my day went, right?
No.
You should ask me. You said money is important.
If you want to keep your money secrets, then keep your money secrets.
Then you say money is important though in a relationship. So if you ask the person how they day went,
stability is important in a relationship.
that's part of stability. See,
Financial stability. I ain't worried about and I'm not the one that said I'm gonna ask you how much money you make.
but don't you want to know how my day
I
went
said
at
I
work?
want to know if you financially stable. I ain't say nothing. Nope. You gotta
You
listen
see
to
how
all
they all that go hand in hand. See, I'm glad.
Are you
I'm glad we
financially
made that
stable?
conversation.
Yep. Cool.
So you don't want to know, but you want to know.
Is it a red whatever? Is it a red flag if somebody likes everything that you like?
Nope.
It does. It is if it comes off that they're mirroring me and they're a chameleon because I don't trust chameleons.
Oh,
If
y'all might be soulmates.
I like your positive. Listen, e-
You
e-
crazy.
either your positivity is gonna bring you the right woman, or you're gonna go through 100 of them and be disappointed every time.
I'm gonna tell you the
That
truth.
sound like a psych patient. That sound like a psych
Hello,
patient.
come on.
Right, because
I've been negative. I've been negative most of my life, so I don't change. I don't change, man.
your positivity, yeah, she may be a crackhead, but she also may be an assignment from God.
You feel me?
And he might also be my wife.
Right.
And
Yeah,
she might know how to hustle.
yeah, she might be a prostitute.
Look,
Yeah, she
that's a
might be a
red flag.
prostitute, or she might just be a mattress actress. You
These books is crack.
Okay,
Help me sell
we
these
ain't
books.
doing that right now. We ain't doing that right now.
Brandon,
We ain't doing that right
Brandon,
now. Don't
Brandon,
do that.
Brandon, make
We
him
ain't doing that
cash
right now.
for that shameless plug. that shameful plug.
She gave me the
What?
idea. I wasn't thinking about it. She said it. I was like, no, that is a good idea. Let me
I
play
It's
didn't
it.
know you
not, because I'm gonna
were an
boot you
author
off
of
next time. We do
red
that at
flag.
the end. We do that at
Red,
the end, sweetheart. Go ahead.
let me ask you this. This is a good question. Or
Is it? We'll let you know if it's a good question or not.
is it a red flag? Is it a red flag if she's too much of a daddy's girl?
Yep. I am a red flag.
I
It is
know
a red flag because that means she's masculine like her dad.
what if she calls her
A lot of
dad?
pants in the building.
What if she calls her dad? Like I seen recently where a dude called his mom in front of his girl, and he was like, "Hey mom, um, such and such." It was a prank, but it was a very good point. He was like, such and such is at work on Thursday. Could you come by and clean? I don't like the way she cleans up. And the wife was furious. And I'm thinking to myself, is that really a big deal? But the wife was absolutely furious. And I thought about it. What if
But
she calls her dad for things without talking to you? And it makes you look like you're incompetent, you're not.
that's why she was upset, because it made her look like she was incompetent. It
Women,
wasn't upset that he called. I wouldn't be upset if he was like, "Hey, mom, can you come by and clean the house? On Tuesday." I wouldn't be upset. I'm gonna be like, "Can you gonna come or not?" But when you say you don't like the way I clean, that makes me look incompetent in front of your mom, and your mom is already somebody I'm trying to make sure she likes me anyway, because I want to deal with that mother-in-law issue.
you don't seem
Yeah.
like a person that cares.
If you
No, I would care. I
no,
would care.
if you talking about you don't like the way I clean, I'm a very good cleaner. First of
No,
all,
If it ended at that point, if it ended like, oh mom, can you come over to clean? And it ended there, then it wouldn't have been a problem.
come
But
through, ma'am.
because there was that but because of the added, I don't like the way she cleaned.
You're downing me as your. I'm assuming your wife, because we live together.
you get a flat tire,
But
call me, or she calls her dad before she calls you. Red
that's
flag?
a red flag. No, it's a red flag on your part, because I don't think you're dependable. you might
Well, it
you might
also
change the tire, but I do think
devil's
I'm a
advocate.
daddy's girl. I'm a big daddy's girl. It's a red flag. Because if you can't get to the standard of where my dad is, why?
No,
If
that's
you can't
not.
get this standard where his mom is, then why?
That no, that's not fair though. I'm
I
not.
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, I
I
can,
agree.
yeah, because the beat, no, because my whole thing is
He's
everybody
back.
everybody is their
Time
own.
out.
Oh, my bad, Gerard.
No, you good. He's talking about you back.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody is their own individual, and for somebody to meet the be exactly like your daddy.
I ain't say exactly.
Well, you said that was a standard. So
Almost.
yeah.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this: who do you think in this generation is like your dad? Man, you might well become a nun, Brandon. The,
That's
the first the first apostolic nun. We'll let you live in the church.
I rebuked. But no, legit. I do think, because like
That's a red flag.
men hold their
Right.
mothers to such a high standard, or the female holds their dad to such high standard, that's a red flag. And I said, I mean, it's a red flag. You got, because you're gonna have issue comparing or meeting the standards of that their parents have set. Like green flag gangster said, my dad is a hard worker. I want to do that as a hard worker. My dad has a lot of freaking common sense. I want a guy that has a lot of freaking common sense. Like, my dad is great, takes care of his family. I want a guy that takes care of his family. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
have standards and expectations.
yeah,
So
but
red flag right here, me.
can your dad rap the Lil
At
Wayne
least you know
off
it.
the top of
My
his head?
daddy knows Brenda's got a baby.
At least you can admit you're a red flag, man. Shoot, that's
I
the
think
first step.
pandering to our parents is dangerous
It
in
is.
different ways, because if you're in your 20s or 30s and you romanticize about who your dad is right now and what he's accomplished and what he does, you cheat yourself out of, did you really know who your dad was when you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Did you really understand who your dad was in those moments, or can you appreciate it now that you're older? You may be judging a man who's developing, into a guy just like your dad before he gets to that point.
That's what I said earlier.
I
Bro.
see
That's
all.
I
exactly
have
what
a
I said earlier.
question.
I see all of that, and that we're not gonna get paid. Put this on me.
I have a question.
I see. I consider all of that actually. There's things about my dad I can do without. There's things about my dad I appreciate. Go ahead, D.
So, if my dad, which he is, he's a technician, which means that's what he does for work. And then I'm with a man who possibly knows nothing about electronics, right? And who's probably let me know that you don't know anything. But I decided to call my dad because something broke in the house. Because I know that that's his expertise.
Red
Is that
flag.
a red flag?
Red
Why?
flag. And I'll tell you why. I said earlier that my grandfather had 9 girls, no boys. And he had a rule with all of his son-in-laws. One, they had to go work with him for 2 or 3 days. He was a contractor because he wanted to see their work ethic. Even if they weren't good,
That's what I want.
he wanted to see their work ethic. But he said something to all his daughters, and I often say I'm going to teach my daughters the same thing. He said, my daughter bet not ever call me and ask me for money or anything. He said, but also, you bet not ever let the lights go out or y'all get put out.
That's
And
my daddy.
he said, you can call me and say, Mr. Glover,
That's my
I
daddy.
need to borrow the light bill money. He said, and I'll give it to you. He said, she bet not ever call me. You be a man. You call me and say this. So I think it's a red flag because I think your husband should call your dad and say, hey, Pops, we've got a situation over here we need help with. Don't you call your dad. Let me call your dad.
Don't say we. Say I.
You know, hey Brandy,
Hey, what's up?
I'm gonna retract my statement. You know,
What?
yeah, I understand. You know what I'm saying? The need to have a certain standard set to say, hey, I need something that resembles this in my life, you know, in order for me to move forward. It ain't got to be exactly like who he is, but yeah, I need somebody who's gonna be a hard worker. So yeah, I understand that, having that type of standard. So I want to retract that statement.
Right. So just to reiterate what you're saying, I don't need him to have the same name, to have the same bill, to have
Yeah.
the same amount of money in the like that's not what I'm saying. Like what you're saying is exactly what I mean. So yeah.
But at the same time, though, when you the man of the house, though, if a person need to call outside of you, then you need to know about that before that call happens. Period.
Wait, pause.
Exactly.
I was about to wait.
I should come home and your daddy.
And that's a level of respect, and
That's respect.
I can agree with that.
Respect. Everybody that
Yeah,
come with a band.
I can agree with that.
home and your daddy hanging a TV in my house, and I didn't know he was coming.
Right.
Exactly.
Pause.
I
Hold
didn't
on.
know
I got
that.
a question. I got a question then. Okay, so I ask you, Kang McGee. I'm like, hey, the sink is clogged. I need you to unclog it because I gotta brush my teeth and get ready for work. You like, okay, I got you. You don't get up and do it. I say, hey, I got like 30 minutes. I got like an hour to get ready so I can get out of here because I gotta go to work. He's like, yeah, I do it. You still sitting there watching TV. I'm like, okay, so I got to go to work. You gonna fix it? What's going on? And you're like, yeah, give me a couple minutes. You don't do it. Daddy, can you come fix this thing? Because I gotta go to work. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask you, is it okay if I call my daddy?
Yeah,
you should have
you in a tough spot.
You don't respect the nigga.
Yeah,
you in a tough spot if you only one sink to brush your teeth in and get ready.
Yeah, it should be more than one.
That's a tough situation. That's a tough.
Y'all, come on now. Just use the example. We're living in a
I'm-
one bedroom. We're living in
saying.
efficiency. Okay,
So-
we got the sink, the kitchen sink is the bathroom sink.
Brandon, I can live
No
in
excuse. There's no excuse to disrespect your man like that.
There's no excuse for you not to disrespect me like that by not getting your behind up so I can go to work.
Brandon, that's a red flag because you know what you really just said to me as a man. You said
you need to get up.
You said
call my daddy before you.
No.
I didn't call him before you.
What you said was way deeper than that. What you just said to me was, if you don't have a daddy, or if your daddy die, you'll call another niggas. What you just said.
And I was gonna say that, Brandy. I was
No.
That's
Brandy.
hey,
I'm gonna have to
Brandy.
agree
I
with.
want to say for
I'm
the
gonna have
record,
to agree with him.
I
I'm
want
gonna
to say
have to agree with him.
me and Brandy
No
never had
I've been
respect.
told that by many men.
say this
No
for the
respect
record.
for a nigga.
Crack it up.
I want to say this for the record. Me and Brandy have never had anything romantic,
This nigga said,
but I
"You
want to hit you in your
falling
eye.
up the river."
In your eye, like we talking. Don't you ever disrespect me like that.
Okay? Ever. No respect. She gonna tell
So
you, I'm
no,
gonna
let
call him.
me.
I'm gonna do this,
Brandy,
but
What
I'm
Brandy,
gonna do it.
you
Like, what?
Let,
hold on.
do?
wait, y'all not gonna jump me right now.
What you want
Flag
to
on the
do?
play.
This is
Flag on the play.
example.
Flag on the play, Brandy. I'm gonna have to agree because I've had
Heard
many
you
men
first
tell me
7
that.
times you said it. I ain't
Yes,
need you to say that
honey.
again.
Yes, honey. I'm gonna say it again because I've had many men tell me that. Because, for example, I had a situation with a trash can. Right? I told him several times, just go ahead, just flow with me.
But I don't
So
know what you
she
said.
said,
A trash can?
basically taking out the trash. I asked you about 4 times to take out the trash. You didn't take out the trash. Now, the trash truck didn't come in the morning, and I went and took it out myself.
Mhm.
Now, and I've been told that was disrespectful.
Yeah, I've had that happen also. And me personally, if it were me, I would have just I would have fixed the thing myself. But I would ask him just to make him feel like he's the man in the, or just to show him he's the man in the relationship. But I can fix
Hmm.
the dog myself. But that was just
Hmm.
an example, y'all. Calm down, because my daddy would have hung up on me and been like, "You got a nigga at the house. Ask him."
But the
Hold
fact that
on.
your actions show that you don't respect your man. It'd be hard for you to be like a submissive woman.
How was that hard to be like a submissive woman when I
Because
asked your ignorant self to go clean, to go
so this is what I so
Like
this
I said, if you don't
this
do
is
it
what
when
I
I
was
say it, if you don't
told.
do it when I say it and how I say it, then I'm gonna go get another man in the house
So
where you live at.
this is what I
Whether
was
you like it or
told,
not.
Brandy.
go ahead.
Brandy, this is what I
She
was
sound
told you're
crazy.
supposed to do. You're supposed to go rub your booty on them and say, "Babe, can you please go fix that for me?"
Girl.
And then they get up and do it.
Now,
That's what
okay.
I was told
Depending on how big
The
the booty is
realist,
multiple
though.
times.
Little
the realist,
booties
what
might
you
not get
gotta
a
say?
response right away.
Because you seem like the
Well,
only smart one on here right now.
who, me?
The
Who?
realist.
The realist?
I like
That's
the
what
silent. I like the silent face he has right now. He's thinking. He like, Brandy, you sound crazy.
But tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Isn't that because they say you treat it with honey. You you
I said it nice the first
you
time.
no, you said it nice, but they don't hear you still.
That okay? That's disrespectful.
No, you know what? I don't think it's necessarily that a, a man don't necessarily hear you. It's almost I would liken it to, let's just say, you being woken up out of bed and being like, "Hey, go make me some breakfast. I'm about to go to work," and you like,
Yeah.
"I'm just getting up,"
Go
right?
make me some breakfast.
Then 2 minutes
Make me a
later,
sandwich.
you know what I'm saying? You ain't got up yet because you just getting up. You know what I'm saying? Next
Make
thing
me
you
a
know, you're like,
sandwich.
hey, I got to be to work, and it was 30 minutes. It's 28 minutes now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go on and go on in there and handle that. You know what I'm saying? You like,
I have another chicken that making me one though.
Be quiet.
Okay.
I ain't even brushed my teeth yet. Give me a minute to get up. But
19.
then it's 10 minutes later. You ain't even got up. You just not jumping up. And then so the point that I'm trying to make is I don't think that I think it's unrealistic to expect somebody to move on your beck and command. Right. Sometimes you gotta give people the space to be able to do it. As far as like the trash situation, right? Just because the trash go out in the morning, he might have wanted to pick it up. He might have wanted to take it out in the morning,
The
right?
trash didn't get picked up though.
Oh,
That's
oh,
what happened. The trash didn't get picked up.
oh, y'all missed it.
Correct.
Oh, you'll
Oh,
get it right next
And
week
that's
but
the
then.
then you took
thing.
it
And
out
that's
after y'all
You'll get
missed
it right next week.
Because
You'll
I
get
didn't
it
even
right next
realize
week.
it.
and that's the point I'm getting at. Like, so the morning thing, me personally, I like cooking, so I'm gonna get up and make some breakfast because I want some breakfast for my daughter. But what I'm saying is, and I get that because it's like, okay, if he was just waking up and I'm asking him to fix something, I'm gonna give him the time to get. If he's not a morning person, I'm gonna give him the time to wake up. But if you're sitting on the couch watching TV, that's it. That was using my example. You're watching TV. You are up already. You
Yeah,
have been up for a minute.
I think
Why
it's
can't you
different.
go? Oh, go ahead.
I think it's different if I don't do something and you do it and you calling someone else to do it.
Yeah.
I still would be upset if she did it because I'm like, dang, I was gonna do that. Even if
I was gonna do that.
even if I missed the trash, I still would be upset if she did it. I would be upset with myself, but I probably would still be like, man, just let me take it out. But I also think it's different asking someone else to do it. I think that the whole if you don't do someone else will is dangerous as a mentality.
It
And
is.
I think that it not only I remember a girl said to me one time, don't if
Toxic.
it's something that I can do to help you or do for you, don't let someone else take that spot. Even if it's plutonic, that headspace. If that's why a lot of guys don't like their girls going to the gym with personal trainers, all that kind of stuff, because it's about headspace. You are it makes it easier. I don't care if you're studying for a test with this joker. Oh, Bob, he's just my friend from school. It's headspace, and sometimes women. I read a book about pastors, and I think it's true of all men and women. It said a lot of time when a man shows compassion to a woman, that she doesn't pay him back with compassion. She pays him back with passion, period. And that's really true. And so I think that anytime a woman is comfortable with getting compassion, your neighbor, even if it's your neighbor watching you take the garbage can from the driveway, from the garage to the driveway, and he says, hey, no, I'll come over there and get that for you. That's a dangerous seed. Because right now you come to get my garbage can. I go out of town for a week and you done got in her head, you may be coming to get her panties. You know what I mean? So I think it's really dangerous. Sometimes you may have to suffer. You know what I mean? If you have a favorite, and I say this and I'm done with this comment. I had another preacher friend that talked about he was lured away from his wife and was in a 3-year affair, living with the woman, left 2 small children at home, 2 daughters, because a girl on his job cooked for him. He used to beg his wife. He said, and it seemed like every time he asked his wife to cook his favorite meal and she gave him an excuse, I ain't gonna do all that. You better get this chicken and rice. He would go to work and she would have his favorite meal. And he said he don't know if the devil set it up or what, but he said literally she started feeding him, and through those plates that he got service, he walked away from his family and was in a 3-year affair, left his 2 small daughters. Luckily, him and his wife are restored, and they've been on good terms for over 30 years now. But that happens. So you got to be very careful about substituting things that's reserved from your spouse. That's a red flag.
That's a good word, Gerard.
I'm gonna still need you to get up and fix this sink.
But let me ask you this. How long should you suffer something like that? Because in Brandy's defense, how long should it's not nothing to divorce over, right? But how long should you suffer something like that?
But you shouldn't have to. She should have to do all that asking and all that. As a man, you know that sink ain't right. That thing should have been fixed.
How long should I have to suffer without a sink?
A real man gonna fix that sink right away.
If it's fixable at that moment, if it's not like something major, then I mean just fix it. I shouldn't have to suffer for it. No one should have to suffer for any amount of time.
But if you suffer, he's suffering too.
But if you what?
Yeah.
If you suffering, he's suffering too.
I find it, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I find it very comical.
Both of y'all dirty.
Right. I do. I find it very comical, and I'm laughing on the inside.
About what? You so weird. About what?
That y'all would consider not having a sink suffering.
It's not.
That is suffering.
If I can't brush my teeth, that's suffering.
Man,
For me, if I can't brush my teeth, that's suffering.
They got a water hose outside.
This guy.
You got bottled water. You know, it's more than one way for you to get if it's about brushing.
That is just an example. I'm not
what I'm saying is that's just an example too. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't suffering. Didn't you go to Guatemala?
Yes, that was suffering.
Now that's suffering.
Think about the
legit.
patience
That's
level.
legit.
This
You know what I'm saying?
That
That's
was
what I'm trying to
suffering.
say.
That was tough.
When you live in, the comparison of, you know what I'm saying, you ain't real. That ain't real suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a good point, Leroy.
but
That was tough.
I also think you should suffer through the vows, for better or for worse. And sometimes, a lot of times, when people have those worst moments, that's when they want to leave, right? Like when it gets worse. I wasn't expecting
Leroy,
this.
you getting too deep. Ain't nobody leaving. I just called my daddy.
No, I know. No,
But you may be getting put out if you call your daddy on me.
no.
But
Listen,
that shows you don't have no patience.
no,
But that
no.
shows you don't have that much patience either, though.
I wasn't saying that you was gonna leave. I'm saying it be moments like that that's built up while people
Right.
start,
I agree.
right?
And,
Not
and,
just from that one instance. Is every time I keep telling him to do X, well, every time I keep telling her to do, you know what I'm saying? And we living in these worst moments, and it's like they done built up so much where it's like we can't do this no more, right? And it's like that ain't what the vows say. You feel what I'm saying?
I
So
think another point to that, like King McGee said about patience, I think that's a major thing, right? Because, like, for example, your wife, your husband, when you have a list or things that you want them to do, you know what I mean? Things you want them to accomplish, and they don't do it to your own beat. I think that you should be able to communicate. But let's say it's not even something as needed as water. Let's say it's the cleaning out the attic, cleaning out the garage, or something like that, cutting the
Let's say
yard.
6.
Yeah. Hello. Or something like that.
I want some head. I was like, hey, get up and
Okay,
get me
calm
some
down.
head
He's
right
talking.
now.
Be quiet.
Right. But even in those things,
Because I know you're going way
there
left,
is
dude.
a blank. There
It's
is a
true.
time that those things have to be done. Right. Those things eventually they have to be done. I think communication. But if you got somebody who can't hear your distress and the urgency and something you want that you can't give them, that could be a major thing. I know that's better or worse, but that could be a major thing. Like,
Boom.
even though I'm asking you for this and you have the capacity to give it to me and you're not doing it, that could grow into a major issue in a marriage.
No, listen, it can. And I think a lot of times people need to figure out if when they're dealing with those type of people, if they're neurodivergent.
What?
Neurodivergent, meaning that
Hey,
they don't.
hey, Leroy, hold on. Dr. Jackson, can you unmute and explain to me what that means? A neurodivergent?
It's basically, are you guys functioning on the same wavelength?
Yeah, basically, like it's like they don't think we may think atypical, but they don't think atypical. So when you communicate something to them, what you
It's
how you
not on the same level. It's not
they
the
don't
same level of
understand where
importance.
you understand it. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you could be dealing with people that's like that, right? And you thinking, dang, I communicate. I know what I'm saying is clear. It just seems like because it ain't connecting to them the way you think it's
Boy,
connecting.
I ain't gonna never be married because now I need a psychology degree to date. This ain't go. They keep moving the bar. I didn't even know that was a thing. Grandma called that unequally yoked. That's what grandma called it.
No, it's pretty much though. But seriously though, if you don't do this, I'm gonna get somebody else to do it. Pretty much.
That wasn't that situation, though. That wasn't the example that I gave. You got 3 opportunities.
It's the same thing though. If you don't do it, I'm calling my daddy.
That's how men hear
As
that
long as
though.
you know.
That's no, but
That's all we hear. That's
that's
all
how
we
they
hear.
translate it. That's how they translate it.
That's
As long
how
as
it's
you know.
Because
translated.
essentially,
Period. That's it.
it's
All
kind of
right.
like, okay,
I love all
And
y'all.
then that
But I love all y'all. But this going on 3 hours. Forget y'all. I'm supposed to go to
we
the
didn't even talk about all the red flags yet. We didn't even talk about half of them.
You right. And we have not talked about you know what, real quick. Come on, y'all. Real quick.
Okay,
What are
everybody
your
lock
top
in.
3? What you gonna say, Jay?
Now I said everybody lock in. We're on your pace. Go ahead.
Top 3 red flags for you. And you can't say, no, that's not a red flag. We need to communicate. I want some head. No,
I want some head.
that's what Ding that over there said. Anyway, what are your top 3 red flags? Do you need time to think about it?
Nope, I got mine.
All right. Who needs time to think about it?
I got mine.
Okay, well, we'll start with Jay. I mean, the green gangster, and then we'll go.
Top three
More.
red flags: does not know how to control her emotions when she's angry, does not have enough shame in public. And what I mean by that is the way she dresses or acts. If her actions or dress code, if she, I don't care, I'm gonna dress how I want to dress, I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. And lastly, if she is someone who disrespects her parents. Huge red
That
flag
was
for
on
me.
here. Okay.
Huge red flag for me.
That was one of my we didn't get to. Okay. Darian, you're up.
Top red flags. A very, very sharp, disrespectful tone. Say anything that pierce your heart. The first thing that come to their mind that hurt you. Like people like that with that mouthiness, that's a huge red flag. My number one. Number two, a baby daddy or a male is her best friend, but you yet trying to be with me. That's definitely a red flag for me. And number three, not believing in the same God and Messiah as me. I can't. That's my red flags.
Okay, we do understand the difference between a red flag and an absolute not gonna deal with, right? Because I feel like the Messiah thing is an absolute will not deal with for you.
It's a red flag too, because I've met a female who didn't believe in what I believed in, but I still got with her, and that was like the worst thing I ever did. So to me, that conversation happens immediately. Somebody say I'm an atheist or I believe in a God, and I'm not even really having the conversation no more.
All right, D, you up? What you got? What's your three? You're muted, but I bet it's a good one.
Bad
Okay.
hygiene. Bad hygiene. That's one. Um, red flags. Let me think about the other two because the other ones I used to have, they were deal breakers. So
Okay.
my red flags were deal breakers. So I need to think about red flags if you want to differentiate between deal breakers and red flags.
Okay. The realist, keeping it G.
Uh, lack of empathy. No empathy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, lack of empathy. That's good. That's good. I'll steal
That's
uh,
a
that.
good one.
lack of comprehension. And doesn't lack of mutual lack of emotional availability.
Restraint. Okay.
Now I can deal with passion because people get like that, right? But the to not to not show up, to not know how to show up for me emotionally is a is a
Mm.
is an issue.
You got your other two?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Lack of emotional restraint.
Okay.
Because a man who has no emotional restraint is a dangerous man. Um, and I like lack of empathy. I'm gonna steal that one too.
That is a good one. That is actually a very good one. That's a very good one. I'm not gonna take it.
I'm stealing it.
Number
I'm
3B.
stealing it.
I'm gonna go with someone that is always trying to get understanding but not trying to understand. Then you have someone
But to
that
me, that's lack of empathy.
no, it's like I need you to see understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. Understand this. I need you to just
Yeah, not
understand what I'm
quite.
saying. Like that person. Like you
But
always
then
trying,
you don't empathize with the other person.
but you're not. How you? First of all, I'm gonna say what I said, and I'm gonna stick with what I said. Don't caveat what I'm saying.
those two
Someone
things are
that
different.
wants
They
understanding
different.
but don't want to
Okay.
understand. You use whatever words you want in your head.
Okay.
Another red flag, someone that has no set goal. Like you, like we just gonna wing it. We're gonna see where it goes. We just that person. Like you need to know what you in this for and why. And the last thing is somebody that know everything about everything, or if somebody that knows something about everything. Like you can't know everything about everything. I think it was you, the realist, that said once you know everything, you can't know no more.
Mm-hmm.
That person. I can't. That's a red flag. You can't. I can't.
Because you have no capacity to learn.
Right. Once you know everything, you can't know no more. He said that in the pulpit.
Hello.
And nobody likes to know it all.
Yeah.
And I agree that those are red flags.
Expert on
Okay.
every
Yeah, I definitely can't stand those. I'm with you on that.
But empathy, that's real. That's real. So that reflects on how you treat everybody.
Everybody. That's gonna tell you how you pull up in a relationship too.
Right.
Because you'll not, it's difficult for you to understand how the other person feel. And I feel like, healthy communication, you got to be able to understand how the other person feeling despite how you made them feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you that drives, that
That's
derives
different.
from empathy. Without that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm the victim. You did this. I can't, nah.
Which is what Danielle said when she changed my wording around. Anyway, so with this last few minutes, does anybody want to share? You already shared yours, Darian, so you out of luck. Anybody got anything going that they want to talk about?
I thought did you ask the top three green flags?
I shared my
I
what?
didn't. But go top three. Top three things that's like go. Heck yeah.
For me, I love a confident, aggressive woman.
Ooh, what? Yeah, that makes sense. I see why that is. Okay. I know why that is.
I'm big on like heavy banter, so I want to get that back. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to be like, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
You want somebody to tussle with you.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Like to hustle.
That's like my non-sexual turn on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my pretty teeth. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Teeth.
He's like, oh, I'm cool.
And somebody who can effective communicate who can communicate effectively.
Duh, no shock there.
Yeah.
Set those expectations.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go next?
My 3 green flags has to be someone who's strong. I don't like pushovers, and because I feel like if I'm a king, she needs to be a queen in my absence. So whether it's business in the family, somebody who can rule. She may not be a king when I'm not there, but definitely a queen. 2, I like someone who understands personality differences. Like if I come home and I'm quiet today, I don't need you to change everything because I'm quiet today. My personality is just different right now. And another green flag is someone who's verbally caring. I don't know if it's because I lost a mom at 8, but I don't like no hard woman. If you can't express care to me, keep going. If your trauma and drama allows you not to be expressive toward me, you're not the one for me because I need it.
Okay, who's next? I dig it.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I need a woman that's book smart and street smart. I don't need one that's like too much of one or the other. I need one like a healthy balance. I'm cool with more book smart than street smart, but a little bit of both is important. Definitely a nurturing, caring spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not just like physical, like make sure a brother eat, but nurture a brother's spirit too. Like I dated a female one time, my mom died, and it was like, and you know what I'm saying? That was her attitude. Yeah, my dad passed right after that. I lost my brother, my granddad. I've been homeless. I've been through a lot, but you'll never know if I ain't tell you. So like, I've been through a lot. So me dealing with a hard woman, I wouldn't make it. So it's good. Like my brother just said, I call him Pastor. That type of woman that can verbally make you feel better about yourself, then you treat her better too. Amen. And then like last but not least, I like a person that smell good. Like that's important. The smell, like that sense. Like, yeah. That's cuddle. You know what I'm saying? Let's get close touch. I like that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, D, what you got? It's so bad.
Well, you're up next, doctor.
Yeah.
I like someone who is consistent,
Yes, that's important.
intentional,
You are not on mute. Okay.
consistent, intentional, and leads by example.
Okay. Those are your three? Oh, those are easy. Okay. I had to write my three down
I got a
because.
question, Dr. Jackson. Okay, go ahead,
Yes.
Frank. Never mind.
Okay, ask your
No, go ahead and
question.
ask.
Your three: consistency, intentional, and leads by example, speaks to an alpha man who's a leader. Do you consider yourself easy to be led?
Yes.
Okay. You even said it like it's true. I believe you.
She did say it like it was true.
Whatever you like.
So my three, the first one is a good intellectual, not emotional debater.
Okay.
So that means you don't mind having, you don't fear conversation. You don't be like, oh, she too hard. I'm just having a conversation with you. You ask me a question, I'm gonna answer the question. I like that. That's a green flag for me. That means you don't mind having conversations with other people, and you're not gonna let your emotions get in the way when you make a decision for this family. 2, masculinity. Whew. With the softness for me. So like you know, you all man. But when it comes to me, you're like, baby, you like soft touches, you know what I'm saying? Just, and
So you want them bipolar is what you're saying.
rebukes. I said soft with me, not out there in the world. Anyway, and number 3, a problem solver, common sense.
Yeah.
That is very important to me too. Green flag all the way. So that's it. I'm going to sit with those 3 green flags. Thank you, the realist, because now I'm just going to post that up on my door when I leave the house. I'm going to look for those 3 green flags.
Yeah, every something magical happens every time I jump on here, man. Last time y'all two had y'all.
Oh, that's who we were talking to, D. That's who the guy is that we were talking to on the last one.
Okay.
Wasn't getting it.
Y'all two was agreeing, and y'all, magical things happen, and I appreciate that.
Oh yes, that was definitely magical because usually me and Brandy are not on the same page with a lot of things.
Yeah,
but you definitely brought us closer together.
And I still ain't received a check in the mail yet. I'm still waiting.
You didn't get it's coming. It's coming via carrier pigeon.
Yeah, I bet.
So just wait on for it. Keep an eye out. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold my breath.
So does anybody have anything wonderful going on besides him all the way over on the end? Because he already said what he had to say. No.
He already said what he got to say.
Yeah, he decided he wanted to advertise.
Nah, I did. Already. It's okay.
Nah,
I love you still, Brandy. It's all
whatever.
good.
Does anybody have anything that they have going on?
I heard it's a new church being planted in Seminole County. Be on the lookout for it.
Oh, really?
You live in Seminole?
Seminole County, yeah.
It's gonna be apostolic.
It's gonna be Jesus led.
It's gonna be Jesus led.
It's gonna be Bible based.
Yeah, no. We need to talk offline because you know what I'm saying. If it's we might can do something, but
I might come to that church.
It can't be full. It can't be fully apostolic though.
Right? It's okay. We'll be Apple. We'll be Apple.
Yeah.
Apple
we'll be No. You got a Baptist background. We'll be Baptistolic.
It's anti-postal.
Yeah, right. We'll be Baptistolic.
Baptist-postal. Right.
Yeah,
if this dude, I come. I drive.
On Gerard.
I'm free all day tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. Let's do lunch.
Hit you in the morning.
Hit me in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, when we get together, I make things happen.
Now you want to steal my
I just make things
right. Only one of y'all can be magical now.
I'll be mystical, you be magical, whatever. It's in the blood. Darian, if you want to say something, go ahead and say it. Go ahead. And if you're gonna say something about, go
If
ahead.
he pull
Say it. I
that
hope
book
you do
out,
say something about
I'm gonna scream if he pull that book out right now.
that. Right, like,
If he
damn.
I got 5 books. I got 5 books published, Pastor. Hey, check
Okay.
this out. Yeah, they all on Amazon. And look, my movie on Tubi also. CEO. I wrote it,
I'm
starring
getting
in
ready
it.
to go watch it right now on Tubi.
And
Carl,
I'm glad he
Shout
said
some.
that
appreciate it.
because
I appreciate it.
I'm glad
I
I was
appreciate it.
hoping he
Watch
said something
that
about
too.
that. I was
Thank
really
you.
hoping he said something about that because he said that he was gonna give me a role in that. He didn't. Anywho, it would have been in the theaters had I been in it, but whatever. Miss Jackson, Dr. Jackson, you have something you want to say?
That's
I
really tough
don't.
to. That's right. That's really tough
I
to
No,
follow.
don't.
I
I ain't
don't.
I
even gonna say now. I'm gonna
don't.
be
But
quiet,
you
man.
enjoy Tennessee. Enjoy Tennessee.
Be safe.
Don't you and a single guy, y'all. Just stay single. Okay.
Definitely.
And also, Dr. Jackson,
It's
I want to
called
say this
Rewind the
to you.
CEO.
I want to say
I'm
this to
sorry,
you,
what?
It's called
you and
Rewind the
Brandy.
CEO.
The film is called Rewind.
Okay.
I want to say this to you and
Thank you, man.
Brandy.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if you guys have watched any of the national news about the African American lady who was killed by her neighbor and the protests
Yeah,
that
I
led
saw
to the
that.
arrest. It has been apparent for some time now that Black women seem to be on the end of these violent acts more than men these days. The men make a lot of the news, the George Floyds, but a lot of acts toward Black women are under the radar. So I just want y'all sisters to be safe. Be safe in Tennessee. Be alert. You know what I mean? I
The
don't know
neighbor,
what it
I
the
got
is.
my
neighbor,
I got my pew pew up here with me, so I think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, pew pew.
You got to pew first.
Right.
I got
Okay.
my pew pew.
So what? The neighbor just killed the lady.
For 4 years, this white neighbor had a history of being aggressive. This Black lady called the police, but their children played well together. So the white lady, from the story that I read, the white lady is upset because the children playing together. She comes out and runs the Black children
In a
home.
field that has nothing to do with her.
After she runs the Black child home, the Black child leaves an iPad or a tablet in the field. The white lady takes it and takes it to her home. The Black lady goes to retrieve the
No,
iPad.
go back. Go back. The kid goes to retrieve the iPad. She throws it and breaks it. She also throws a skate at him. He goes to tell his mom. Mom comes across the street to see what the problem is.
And she shoots her through the door.
Knowing it's her.
Shoots her through the door, kills her. She's a mother of 4, works at McDonald's, just trying to make ends meet. And she was not arrested until yesterday. And I tried to tell y'all, your cousin, Brandy's sister, I was like, man, let's ride though, because I'm on that. Let's ride to Ocala with everybody else. And
What is happening in Ocala?
this happened, yeah. Yesterday they flooded the neighborhood in Ocala, and they arrested her about 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, probably only to get people to go home. They only charged, I think, with manslaughter, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this
Aggravated
happened.
assault and like 2 other charges.
Yeah, this happened
Only
in
charge her
Ocala.
of
Yeah.
manslaughter. Mm.
It's always Florida. For some reason, it just feels like that.
It's always Central Florida.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Ocala ain't
'Cause-
Central Florida.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
I
north.
moved from Miami,
It's
so
north. No, it's north. It's North Florida. It's more north
I don't
than
know. North is more like Tallahassee.
Gainesville, Ocala,
They're considered
Newberry.
Central Florida.
No, they're not.
They're considered yeah.
Yes,
No,
they
no,
are.
no, they're not.
Ocala's only like 45 minutes from us. Brandy, what's it? Is it 45 or an hour
It's
from
okay.
us?
It's okay. I only do real estate, but I don't know. When you searching in the Central Florida area, you searching Gainesville. I don't know. But hey, we're technically not. Orlando's technically not centrally, but it's like more what east.
West, East Florida, yeah.
Anywho,
But I think it's still Central Florida because the University of Central Florida is also there too.
like he said, but the University of South Florida in Tampa, it ain't South.
I know that's so
Y'all,
crazy.
thank y'all for joining. For real, though, keep your head on the swivel because as Black people in Florida, it's just ridiculous.
Man.
So,
Well, I'm a Black person in Tennessee right now. Trust me, I ain't going out at nighttime.
yo, y'all heard
What you
about
doing, man? What
the
you doing up
mama?
there in Tennessee?
Oh, we came for a family trip family trip to Pigeon Forge to take the kids out to stuff. Like we're going whitewater rafting tomorrow.
Okay.
We did what's this thing called Zorbian today? where
Yeah.
it's like you in the ball and they roll you down the hill, and it's really nice. I was terrified for my life, but it was great. We
Nice.
went they went
Inside,
zip
but it's
line,
great.
they went zip lining and what you call it, with the ATVs yesterday, and
Oh,
horseback riding the kids.
Oh, nice.
And then so and tomorrow we're going
Sound
paintball
fun.
gunning.
That's what's up.
man. Who is we?
All of us. It's 12 of us here
Oh,
And
in the
family.
we
house.
sure weren't invited, were we? We weren't
It's
Yeah.
invited.
wow. All right.
But send me that information because we could probably get something going. Real.
Patient 4.
That
Yeah, send
sounds
me
like
the
fun.
information.
Be safe. Be safe.
We're in this nice cabin. It's real nice.
So thank y'all for joining.
You got warm
Appreciate all of
blankets
you.
up there, or you need a body?
Huh?
Peace out.
What he said?
I don't know what he asked. I didn't hear him.
He said you needed something other. You need a body. What did he say? What you said?
I was just joking. I said, do they got warm blankets up there? Do you need a body?
Oh my gosh.
He left too. Stop it. But thank you all for joining. I appreciate you staying with me for way longer than this should have been, but whatever. So you have a good night.
Bye.
Next week, I'll let you know what the topic is when I know it. No. Red flags popping up everywhere. In the comments, though, I would like for you to tell me what your top three red flags are and what your top three green flags are. In the comments, go ahead. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The YouTube page is my preference. So let's do that. Thank you. See you guys next week. Every Wednesday,